be the beacon through these turbulent seas. Let's hear from the crowd! Make some noise for yours truly!
Hello and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the very grand finals of the Throne of Dawn between the teams Peak Plummet versus Watch the Throne. This is going to be one heck of a series, ladies and gentlemen. So I'd like you to sit down in your seats, grab your popcorn and some snacks, and enjoy this one because both of these teams have made it to the top two, and one of them will be claiming the throne today. Both have had amazing performances so far, and they have given us some of the very best shows to watch and the most exciting matches ever. And this finals is going to be nothing less and much more. So, what are we waiting for? We have already started off with the draft. This is me, your caster Sarah, and we will be joined by Ray shortly. But until then, looking at the draft, we can directly see Peak banning out the Kimi, a respect ban for Lei, obviously, while Yu Zhong has also been taken out by them. Was the Throne, on the
Muscle
other
of
hand,
iron,
has taken out the
bones of
very
steel.
standard ban from their side, along with the Jukshin. And now, for their third ban, they most probably be going in for the Grog or possibly the Lancelot, while Gareth Kacha has already been taken out by the side of Peak. Very standard ban so far, except for the target ban Kimi, which is usually not a ban and mostly a pick. But looks like Team Peak just doesn't want any kind of issues into their draft tonight because they want their mid laner to be farming it safely and zoning out Lei instead of Lei zoning him. So we'll have to see what they have in their minds if this is going to be their game plan. They also need to take out the Lunox like we had seen yesterday. Was thrown on the other hand,
Welcome
seems
to
be
my
taking
castle,
speed time
my
and banning out the
friend.
Grok. Yep, like we mentioned. And obviously, we can see Peak has the first pick. Right now, they can definitely pick up on the Lancelot or towards the jungle. A very staple and a very broken pick, obviously. And they could also go in for the EXP lane with the Lapu Lapu, but that would mean they will be giving away the Esmeralda. But instead, they decide to lock in on the Yi Sun Shin. So, of course, that is a good pick right there. However, it is still very vulnerable. They can still be countered.
Night sky tells all.
Or the Lancelot itself. But what's the throne, of course, disregarding that, will be picking up on the Esmeralda to nullify the chances of. Oh, sorry, that's a Suyo actually. Or is it a Suyo? Interesting pick coming in from the side of What's the Throne because Suyo is not genuinely.
This land is our homeland, and it will soon be your burial ground.
Seeing the Lapu Lapu pick after all. So yeah, it is the Lapu Lapu coming in from their side, but this also means that Peak has the chance to pick up on the Esmeralda this time around, and both of those would be solid on towards the EXP, and majority of the damage dealing part would be reliant on towards the gold lane. So we will have to see what happens because Was the Throne here has locked in on one of their EXPs. However, we are still waiting for the second pick, which is going to be the Farsa, a good pick for the zone out, and we are still waiting
The
to
night
see
sky tells
what
all.
happens now that. Okay, yep, it is going to be the Esmeralda, of course. For
My tail's been
their
itching for a real
EXP, and
fight.
onto the roam, it is going to be the Kalia. Smart picks coming in by the side of Peak. They could definitely go in for the Kadita or Lunox on toward the second half. A very good combo with the pick off that Kalia makes it possible. Was the Throne, on the other hand, should lock in onto the Ruby if they want on towards their goal lane because otherwise, Peak is going to be the one playing it out this time around since they already have the Yi Sun Shin on towards their jungle. Uh, On the side of Watch the Throne, we can definitely see them trying to go in for either their jungle or their gold lane right now, or maybe even the roam. It is quite possible that they go in for another setup tank.
My mission
Let's
is to
see what
protect
happens.
lives.
And yep, it is going to be the high loss from their side. Good picks coming in by both the teams. However, Pete still has a slight edge because of the Lapu Lapu as well as the Esmeralda. And now for the bans. Both the teams need their gold laners as well. Yep, Peak needs the gold laner as well as their mage, while Lost the Throne needs their gold and jungle. So we will be seeing some gold lane bans definitely. The Ruby might get banned out since Kaizen and Loki both play that hero pretty well. Or we might also see the Granger getting banned out, the Harriet getting banned
I
out.
will
Those are
choose
the
my
very
own
simple,
path.
very similar kind of hero pool. But other than that, we can also see the Arlot coming in, banned out, and obviously it is still decent because the Arlot does counter the Lapu Lapu quite a lot and can also disrupt the Farsas for the air strike always. So it's definitely a good band coming in. They might also just go in for the Phobius or something of a similar sort as the next band, disregarding the gold lane because they do have faith in Lokid for their gold laning, or maybe they might just take out the Nathan like they had been doing yesterday in the semifinals. And on to the side of the pick, we will be able to see
Rocks
that
need
they
no
ran out
protection
on
from the rain.
Foxia for the jungle. Of course, Egray loves playing that onto
Come
the
and
jungle.
join me
Has
in
been
my
taken out by
dream
the side
world.
of Peak, while Lunox has been taken out by the side of Watch the Throne themselves. So that's one mid lane pick gone. But then the Kadita is still going to be open. And Savage Warrior, he loves that hero and he can easily target down the Farsa with that. So we will have to see how Watch the Throne plays against that. Peak will still mostly be banning out on another jungle, possibly the Hayabusa or the Lancelot, which should be their choice right now. Because otherwise, they will be facing some real issues into the jungle because Grey does not stay back with that Hayabusa. He's gonna go in straight for an invade. Or otherwise, yeah, that is their most stable choice right now. Because other than that, if they try to take out another EXP or something, or maybe the gold laner like the Nathan, which they did read into from the first half of drafting, still a decent choice. But they did leave out on the Hayabusa, so kind of curious to see if Agri decides to lock in on that right away, or is he going to wait it out a little bit because Peak already has their jungler. Of course, waiting it out is the clever decision. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have the most talented Ray with us now. Ray, take the stage.
Oh, I'm really, well, what do I say? I really deeply apologize for being a little bit late, right? Because, well, my train became a little bit slow, I guess. But anyways, it's, I guess it's Halloween season. Maybe they saw a ghost or something. But anyways, I'm gonna be jumping. Looks
My
like we're already
kiss
done with the
grants
first
you
few picks and even the second phase
immortality
of the band. So
or
right now,
death.
thank you so much for, of course, Sarah herself, for covering for so long. You can rest your throat for a bit until we dive into the game, because of course she's one of the best hypecasters literally India has right now. If you say it's not true, then you're capping, bro. Anyways, with it, let me analyze the draft for a while. Let's see. Okay, well, peek and watch the throne. Wow, that's kind of interesting. The fact that this tournament is also called, you know, it has the name Throne in it. But anyways, with it, Peak is going for that Yishin Shin and that Esmeralda and that Kalia. So they have a little bit of a pick off and good amount of sustain. Watch the Throne, on the other hand, they have the Lapu Lapu and the Alice. So bajillion amount of sustain already going for, even they have the high loss, so obviously that's going to be coming in with the revitalize, so expecting the side of Watch the Throne to out sustain the side of Peak as much as possible. But Peak wants to equalize the ground with that Uranus, so they will just move forward with what looks like to be kind of a Yi Shin kind centric draft, because most of the damage and ADC responsibility is going to be on him instead of course, any of the rest of the members? Well, we cannot really discount the Valentina as well. So let's just see. Valentina will most likely just copy the Farsa, or in events of initiation, the Hylos, or maybe the Lapu. That's like a rare occasion. But anyways, with it, last pick coming in from the hands of Watch the Throne, 100% gonna be a jungler.
Thorns
And
remain,
love the fact
should
that right now we're
petals fall.
entering a kind of a little bit of a meta where people don't
Thorns
pick marksmen
remain,
that much.
should
And we
petals
see
fall.
something a little bit more fighter-ish. So with it, the draft is done, and I think we will soon jump into this grand finals of best of 7 soon, Sarah.
Absolutely. And judging from the draft so far, I do believe that What's the Throne will be the ones having a little bit of early advantage. But as the game progresses, that Yisunjin is going to scale up much faster because
Absolutely.
his farming speed is what like makes him stand out against the other junglers. The constant critical hits is really something fast for a jungler. And then again, there's going to be the Uranus as well as the Esmeralda right into the front line, just jumping in on the Farsa the moment she tries to use up the feathered airstrike. So I think those are two very smart choices. However, the only thing which bugs me is that they have less CC as compared to that of What's the Throne, because it's only going to be the Tsunami Slam which will count as a CC for that Lancelot. So he can definitely swing into the back line with the punctures. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we are into the land of dawn. Both teams going to be playing out some very amazing drafts tonight. No marksman going to be seen, except for maybe the Yusuf Shin if you count him as one, but he's more of an assassin now. So interesting drops, interesting games. This will be me, Sarah, alongside Ray, like we mentioned. We'll take you through this game, and game number 1 right in front of you.
And with it, we soon hope to see some action into the game, of course, because considering there's no marksman, that just equals one thing. Marksmen's required to be farming a lot, but these heroes, the fighters and the XP laners that are right now substituting for that gold lane, can go for those early engages. So expect a little bit more brawl, engages coming in pretty soon, right, Sarah? And of course, we have the iconic duo finally. Like it's been a really long while, and I really miss casting with you. So it's a pleasure, of course. And if you ask why we are iconic, there are multiple reasons, but I would just say where her name ends, my name starts. Literally, look at that RA.
Exactly. It's kind of like that. And honestly, the fact that there's a sync as well. So yeah, we're definitely iconic
Of
with
course.
that. Yep. And judging from the match right now, it's definitely going to be a very, very brawly composition. Like both the teams, once they start fighting, it's just never gonna end. There we go, the Thorn Bros as well. A little bit of early skirmish between mid laners of both the teams. But Kai is trying to go in for an engage. Maru gonna be caught out pretty low, has to use up the revitalize before the turtle itself. So that's going to be one waste of a resource, and Peak would definitely have the advantage on towards the turtle. So we'll have to see, because this team fight is going to be relying on Senti, I believe.
Absolutely, and right now they are already putting some pressure into hands of Senti. Look at that, Sarah.
Absolutely, there we go. Okay,
First
but
blood.
he manages to secure the first blood, but Kais will also take him down. A good 1-for-1 right there. And now Urine is going to be chasing out, zoning out Lancelot far from the turtle, but Hylos is doing the same to the Yisun, trying to take him down, trying to lower his HP, but Ricky is going to be caught out pretty low late, trying to chase him down to the bird form. Labu Labu, but the bravest fighter will find the kill pretty easily onto him right away. One EXP laner down, and 4 members of Peak at the turtle. Will Lancelot come down to contest it? He is still pretty far away, but Yisun Shin with the ultimate. Loki's gonna be caught out pretty low and taken down by Kais, and the turtle has been secured by the side of Peak to plummet. And Savage Warrior also finds a kill onto Maru. Agreed tries to finish it up by finding a kill onto Lemonaire, but the early advantage definitely in the hands of Peak right now.
And I was basically mentioning the fact that this is going to be a brawl, and it was full in almost a full minute of non-stop fighting and really abusing Sarah's voice, because you should give her some rest because that fight was going very long. And to be fair, that is expected, because they do have heroes that can sustain a lot. So they're not going to be getting taken down easily, and neither will they go back easily as well. So because of that, I do think as the team fights will keep on getting extended and extended, it will basically be the factor of who survives till the last. It's mainly just the junglers who are not exactly the sustain types, just going for that pure burst energy. So let's see if they can burst each other out before the others burst each other themselves. But with a 3-4 score under 4 minutes, goal lead not so much, but Peak does have a little bit of an advantage, slight few hundred. But the turtle's going to be coming in the next minute, 40 seconds on the clock, so they're going to be waiting for a while. Until then, few rotations will be made, and nothing special so far. I love the fact that the Esmeralda and the Uranus should be countering the Lapu Lapu, and it is a little bit visible so far. But let's see. Mid lane.
So another feathered airstrike into play, and Lemonade will be forced to run away from that situation. Kaizen was present though with an early rotation, but still they did not want to risk it on chasing down the far side. Instead, we can see the kind of execution on the Savage Warrior. Thorned Rose comes into play, Bravest Fighter just enough to finish him off before the turtle spawns up, which means that this time around WatchTheThrone will be the ones with the lead at the turtle. However, a Tsunami Slam onto Farsa right away, but she manages to escape with the Purify. Smart little play coming in by Lei right there, but Loki down to the turtle gonna be taken out very low, has to flicker out of the situation while Lancelot tries to go in. Thorn Rose as well as the Retribution Ricky will not be able to zone him away. Once more, Lemonade falls to Senti, and Kais will also get taken down by him. Good engage coming in by the Alice right into the red buff, zoning them far away from the neutral objective, while the rest of the team completely takes down whatever objective they can find in their way.
And they're still going at it, and they actually get a killing spree. Agri full on a rampage right now, and they did wanted to go for Skyzen but decide not to. But that team fight again, an extended one, and it just now WatchTheThrone basically shift the pace of the game, because look at that 4-8 score, and they have basically kind of gotten the lead. Not much. It's basically both of the teams are going a little bit of a neck to neck, but it's clearly visible WatchTheThrone have gotten the lead that they really wanted. Lokid, though, so far not having the best KDA, but he's providing what his team needs, and Senti has been getting a lot of kills. 3 kills, basically killing spree, and Agri as well. So that's 2 people they need to shut down, but oh, look at that, mid lane, no Purify.
And the Tsunami Stand comes in, and yep, easy little pick-off coming in by the side of Peak, trying to go in for the high lows as well, but Maru will be clever enough to run away with the glorious pathway, but that means the mid-tier 1 gets taken down. Nazar hati durghatna ghati kind of situation. Apologize for the Hindi suddenly, but then again, I can't help it. But yeah, it's just like WatchTheThrone were kind of distracted trying to mark down the gold lane or maybe exploit side lanes, and somehow Team Peak managed to change that into a turret plus nearly 2 kills.
And with it, Peak is trying to clap back a little bit, Sarah, but let's see if it's going to be possible. Oh, look at that. DLS wants to go in again, but it's time for retreat. But Lancelot, does he say no? I think he does. Oh, is it okay?
Yup, there comes the better airstrike. Alice with the flicker play, the ultimate manages to secure the kill onto Ricky right away. Savage Warrior as well as Lemonade has to back off, and now it's just a mirror, a complete deja vu of what happened just a minute ago. And this time around, WatchTheThrone secure that tier 1 and move towards the turtle. Yisenshin tried to sneak though. He definitely tried to sneak that turtle, but Lokit and Maru will be zoning everyone away, far away from the turtle. And yep, another neutral objective into the hands of WatchTheThrone.
Absolutely. And right now, WatchTheThrone, they're also trying to, maintain their lead, show that Peak cannot remain at the peak right now. They have reached the finals, but it's not going to be this easy, as it's a best of 7 series already. Look at the top lane.
Absolutely, the glorious pathway right under the turret. Lokit manages to find Savage Warrior into the back line, while Agray tries to go in, and Lemonade flickers out just on time. But no, it isn't over yet. What is Agray gonna do? He is himself pretty low, and Lemonade is literally caught in the middle of 4 people. Lei will be the one finding the kill. Falling Star Moon comes in. Skyzen trying to look for something. Lei has to back off. Skyzen flickers into Lei to take the kill, but he will fall prey to the other 3 present there. Lokid, finally his KD is starting to show up, while onto the bot side, Senti and Kai is doing a 1v1, and somehow Senti was losing that for now. but once he gets his defenses up, I believe he should be winning it out pretty easily.
Yeah. So, they're still fighting in the top lane here. I mean, they're really taking in the brawl thing to their hearts. Pretty funny that MPL Indonesia is going on the brawl server, right? So maybe they're taking some inspiration from there. But with its 6-12 score, almost the same amount of goal lead. Both of these teams are not giving up that much goal advantage to each other just yet. But the Watch the Throne have twice the amount of kills. And if you look at that, okay, even the turrets are kind of equal, but I think Peak will be getting that top lane any second now because they are putting in the pressure in the top lane. Look at that.
Yep, but Lokit though trying his best to sustain it out among 3 people as well as clear out the lane with Lemonade is there and Esmeralda and Uranus and everyone is onto him. So they are definitely very hungry for that turret, I will tell you. And they did manage to secure the kill as well. The goal lead is at 2k right now. And WatchTheThrone has already started out on the Lord, taking advantage of the fact that Kais is unalived and the rest of them are kind of far away from the Lord right now. Only Uranus, only Vicky will be the one managing to reach it on time, falling Star Moon, but the retribution has been secured by a Grey right there. Feathered airstrike right into the play. Trying to reach for Lei right there. Savage Warrior onto the back line, but Purify being used up by Lei to run away while Sandy secures a mega kill onto Lemonade. There's no escape once you get caught into an Alice, and that is exactly what is happening to the Peak right now.
Yep, and with it, 8-15 score. And again, their goal lead just really refuses to go any higher. Really goes to show that these two teams are built equally. But what's not equal is, of course, just the Lord that they lost. Decided pick to plummet. Right now, we'll have to tank that Lord and just stop it before it can reach any of the more extra tier 2s that are still standing. Because right now, they have lost in the mid lane. They've lost in the top lane. Bottom lane still stands strong due to Uranus. But I do think it's going to be a little bit difficult soon because the Alice Senti, it's quite level ahead. He's almost level 13 and he's putting in the pressure. And right now mid lane does look like a good angle for them to engage. Look at that. Do they want to go in? But Sarah.
Onto the back line. We can see the falling star move coming in right into Lei. Maru helping him just run away, far away, and Senti though will not let that happen. Senti is just trying to zone them out, but Lancelot makes it out alive, but Skyzen flickers it. Another random execution, Thorn Rose, everything being used up onto Skyzen just to escape. But the amount of chase coming in from the side of Peak while Kais gets Lei into the back line with the ultimate. Senti, however, with the unstoppable, another ultimate comes in. Savage Warrior will be taken down as well. The Lord has been cleared out, so there's no risk. But 3 members from the side of Peak will fall down as Team Watch the Throne try to go in for a wipeout. 4 members down, gonna be marching down the mid lane. They've got 10 seconds on the clock to try and end this. Will they go for it? Senti a little too aggressive on the turret though, but definitely will heal back. The minions came right on time in favor of WatchTheThrone, and now they will just be going in for a disengage. But no, is it going to be over? Nope, Grey makes it out alive once more.
And just like that, WatchTheThrone right now have the lead with 5,000 gold lead. An inhibitor broken. Tier 2s are down as well on top, mid lane. Inhibitor just lost out. So even the bot lane is looking at jeopardy. So with it, look at that. Enemy super minions have been sent and it's going to be building up that wave pressure. So who's going to be clearing out the wave? They will have to decide on that, because if you do not take care of the wave, you will get backdoored by someone or the minions itself, because good wave management, it's going to be really important, especially considering the fact that Valentina, she's not exactly the mage that is the best at clearing the wave, so she's going to be needing the support, and Skyzen is trying to do that as much as possible. But the score has become 9-19. That's close to, that's literally 10 kills advantage, and WatchTheThrone right now have a lot of map control. They can go for this Lord, unless the side of Pick to Plummet decide to come in and go for maybe a possible contention, so Uranus can just try to push that top tier 2 and try to equalize something, but Lapu Lapu might be able to stop him as well. But look at that, engage coming in, Sarah.
The Kalia goes in for the Tsunami Slam right away, but the Phantom execution into the backline. Savage Warrior gets instantly wipes out while Maru is taking down Lemonade right there along with a Grey. And 2 members have already fallen from the side of Pete Plummet, and now they are trying to look for more. Okay, Gray has to back off now. He's kind of low. Skyzen trying to chase them down while Maru zones away Kai is from that situation. Now Skyzen is the one who is in danger and has to back off. But both these teams just don't want to give up. Kai's trying to go in for Senti, but not the wisest of choices. It's an Alice. And exactly, both of the teams disengage and try to go in for the Lord.
And with it, yep, despite their really effortful engages, the side of Peak to Plummet could not achieve what they really wanted. And with it, they're still remaining at that 9 scoreboard, while WatchTheThrone have gathered 2 more in their inventory, having a close to a still a 5,000 goal lead. It's impressive that Peak to Plummet has not became, went full down. Like usually you'd see 10,000 goal lead coming whenever the score is such massive difference, but they have maintained it as much as possible with their discipline. But is discipline going to be enough? Because right now, Lord's marching down that mid lane. No inhibitors there. They'll have to try to lead it into one of those inhibitors and try to sacrifice it. Most likely the bot lane should be good because it cannot be targeted right now. So, maybe go for it just to the top lane. But let's see. Right now, engage might be coming up soon. Senti, but top lane, what just happened? Yishit gets taken down in mid lane.
Why was he so far away from his team now that the Lord is marching in? I will never know, but the Tsunami Slam right into the base, but it didn't. Lemonade instead. The Throne of Ruin from Alice will mark them all down as a Gray managed to finish off with a double kill. Now they're charging in for the base. Ricky trying to sustain it all, but a Gray will find a triple, and now the base will fall for a 1-0 in favor of Team WatchTheThrone.
It really felt like it was going to be an equal game for the first few minutes, but as soon as the game went that 7-minute mark, I would say, it immediately shifted into the favor of the side of WatchTheThrone WOT. They have the name W on there, so they take the W on this game number 1, ladies and gentlemen, and they will be getting a little bit of a lead in. But hey, it's a best of 7 series. Anything is possible. 4-0s are always like kind of a little bit rare, I would say, right? 4-0 is as rare as a reverse sweep because usually it's 4-1, 4-2, or maybe even a 4-3. So let's see how many games we can go tonight. And with it, we're done with the game number 1 and we can go for the game number 2 immediately, I think, right?
Yep, exactly. Just as the teams are ready, we will be going in for game number 2, like always. But just a few opinions about the first game, Ray. Like, what do you think Peak could have done better? They had the drug, they had the scaling, they had literally everything for themselves. But what went wrong for them? I still can't get a finger on it.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Lancelot gaps Yishin any day of the week. Considering, let's say they're both equally good junglers, Lancelot does that because well, he has more immune scaling, immune window. He has 2 skills that can immune YSS, just 1. So Lancelot is more slippery. Second thing, YSS takes a little bit longer to get that damage up unless you're playing aggressive right from the minute go and your team is able to provide that. But I think there was a little bit of jungler difference. Second thing, I'm going to be honest, it's a mid lane as well. I don't think Valentina is always good. Sometimes it can work, right? It can work, but she's very situational and this situation did not favor them. Other than that, I think the side lanes were kind of equal, but I think the game turned around the moment Sentis got the feed, that vampire got too much blood and she got full with it. So I think those were the 3 factors that Peak could not take it. So let's see if they can change it around. Because, ladies and gentlemen, we're going into the game number 2 between WatchTheThrone and Peak to Plummet. For now, their name is just Peak. Damn, where is plummeting? Looks like they don't want to plummet anymore. And with it, I love the theme of this tournament, honestly, because of course this is my first time casting here. I was not available because my throat was gone. Yes, it went to Mumbai, guys. But anyways, jokes aside, I love the Lala Miko,
Let's hear
right?
from the crowd.
Cute. It's
Make
really
some
cute.
noise for
But anyways,
yours
fans are coming
truly.
in. I'm expecting to see. What do you expect to see?
I mean, I would mostly love to see the Lancelot getting banned out with the way that Gray just played it by himself and the way he just immuned the damages on towards the late game was a beautiful thing to see, really. However, judging from the fact that it's Peak, they might just be like, we still won't ban out the Lancelot. We'll instead pick up something like the
My
Phantom
kiss
itself.
grants you
Yeah, anything is
immortality
possible right now
or
for the
death.
teams.
Yeah. And okay, they banned my wife. Peak. Now you're gonna lose again. I'm just kidding. So Watch the Throne, knowing very well what the Alice holds in place, they ban it out. Really good decision for themselves. So I think they're most likely gonna ban out when once again. Are they gonna ban out the Lancelot themselves? Because their first pick, I get it, but like first pick Lancelot, they can do it, but they might lose, two more potential picks because there's so many
My
things open. There's a
kiss
Lapu Lapu
grants
open,
you
Gatot is still open.
immortality
What is that?
or
Wow, Alice is
death.
so overpowered, guys. You have to ban her twice. So yeah. Anyways, it will be fixed. Don't worry about it. Last two bands popping in. That mysterious band we'll find out soon enough. But I'm hoping to see maybe a Gatot Kacha. Maybe yep, there we go. The Gatot Kacha come in. I'm an analyst, guys. For a reason. I'm just kidding.
A good one at that, I would say. But then again, yep, like you mentioned, Alice so OP, you have to ban her twice, and I think that Peak should definitely ban out on the Alice with the way they were cornered in the previous game. So yeah, and then again, what is it? The God of Kachaban, yeah, obviously justified. Very S tier roamer along with the Kalia, I believe. But even the
There's a reason we have
Hylos,
so many Gatot one tricks, guys.
exactly. So many. I consider myself as a Garod one trick for the roam. At least now. I used to be more versatile earlier. I've lost my prime. But then again, coming back to the match itself, Peak, yep, they could definitely ban out on the Yisun Shin and the Lancelot possibly, or maybe they are just gonna miss out on the bans. We never know. These two teams, they like playing around with the
Ready?
draft a lot.
Go!
Okay. I'm not sure what's gonna happen. Looks like someone is AFK, guys, and because of that, looks like there was the error. So we're gonna jump back, I think, into the game pretty soon. Hopefully, they are done fixing their stuff, right? Because hey, and anything, what was it about again? Hey, if you consider yourself, what do you say? Hmm uh Gatot one trick, right? I will be technically I also love playing Gatot because well he's just good, but I will be a Belleric one trick in the Rome category because I'm gonna be honest with you, I was kicked down to Epic 5 because of being inactive for so long,
Okay.
and I had to climb back up, and everybody was in Mythic, so I could not really exactly play. I mean, you can flex rank, but not everybody's available for 5 men, right? So I had to climb
Exactly.
my way up to legend. And of course, what do you say? Like solo, right? So because of that, I was like, you cannot play damageless because you're roamer and everyone sucks, no matter how much you try. So I thought, let me just abuse the tanks. And I just thought, wait, what's one tank that these low tier players cannot counter? It's a Belleric. You just stand there. And then, yeah, I have like 100% win rate on Belleric because of that. But yeah, there we go. Looks like we're gonna jumping back, and with it, we will soon see the bans, of course. And damn, and they remodeled Alice really well. But I'm loyal to my wife,
Yep.
guys.
Yep. No worries about that. We can definitely see your loyal, so it's fine. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, right into the second draft, we can see the Lance. Sorry, the I'm obsessed with the Lancelot, man. And CC and Garutkaja
Are
getting
you
banned out.
Odette? No, no, you're not Odette. If
No,
you were
I'm not.
Odette, you would like
Nah,
Johnson.
nah, nah. None of that. On the side of Watch the Throne, we can definitely see the CC, the Garutkacha, as well as the Harlot getting taken out by them, while Peak this time around has to ban out on the Alice. Still, like once more, giving away the Kimi, the Lancelot, the Hayabusa, the Yisun Shin, onto the EXP, the Lapu Lapu, the Esmeralda, practically everything. But however, that's just how the meta is. You can't really ban out a certain team or certain whatever.
Yeah. So at least they ban out the good ones, right?
Yeah.
Like the strong contenders that can make the sets. Alice is a good ban. Grok is a good ban, and of course, I mean, Grok is a really good ban, especially considering how annoying he can be. It's so funny. Last night I played Grok, and one dude was saying like, "Why are you building damage?" I was on Thunderbelt and that Molten Essence. So yeah. Anyways, with it, they're gonna be going for one of the more S tier heroes as well, which is the Kimi itself. So they are kind of settled in the mid lane already, unless there's a good assassin coming in from peak to plummet. Because hey, Lancelot's open, Hayabusa open, and I think you would be a fool to not go for the knight, and they will go for it. But let's see how WT respond to this lands, or does Peak have something in her pocket?
This land is our
I do believe
homeland,
they
and
mostly
it will
do, but
soon be your
then
burial
again,
ground.
to play a Kimi against the Lancelot and Lapu Lapu, it's just pure nightmare. But so WOT will definitely have to go in for some very strong frontliners right here. They need to pick up on something like the Hylos once again. They can easily go in for the Esmeralda actually, or even the Ruby would work out for them on towards the gold lane. So we'll have to see what they decide to pick up. Gray can go in for the Hayabusa as well. He did play it out against Lancelot in the previous round itself, so good choice once more. But we'll have to see what these two teams prioritize. I do think that the Esmeralda is something they will go in for, and then again, yep, it is the Hayabusa, like we mentioned. So yeah, we'll be seeing either of the. Oh, yeah, it is the Esmeralda. Yeah, just reading their minds right now, right?
She gives me too much credit. Sarah herself is a great analyst, along with being such a beautiful voice for play-by-play. You know, I'm gonna be honest. When Sarah does play-by-play, I have her on full volume because I love listening to her wordplay. It's so beautiful. Like, I mean, I'm not complimenting her looks, guys. That is obvious. I'm complimenting her wordplay. So great, right? But anyways, I can glaze a lot of people. My favorite people, of course. I can glaze my wife as well, but apparently she's banned out. But yeah, they're gonna be going for the Lunox, which is a little bit Are they gonna go for the mid lane Lunox? Not too sure about that. Unless are we using custom maps here? I'm not sure. I think it's normal map, right? Like no dangerous grass. Yeah, dangerous grass Lunox is good because you can use the bushes and just go full on chaos assault anytime. But
Exactly.
normal map, yeah, Lunox. I think unless you're like someone built different, it's really hard to do it. But let's see. Let's give them the benefit of the doubt. It's been a while since I've seen Peak back in action too. So I mean, last game it wasn't the best impression. They did fall off really heavily, but maybe this time with the a little bit more aggressive mage, they can do something. And oh, a Yuzhong ban.
I guess they're just banning out the Yuzhong so that the Lapu Lapu doesn't face any issues on to whatever lane he plays it. And judging the fact it's Ricky, he is mostly going to go in for the Lapu on towards the gold lane. So yeah, team WOT does need to think about what they want to pick up for their gold. They could have gone in for the Yuzhong, but now it's taken out. This time around, they banned the Kalia themselves, realizing the danger that Hayabusa would be in once he dives in with his shadows. And they could also go in for the Ruby for their goal. Look, it loves playing that, and Maru could just go in for another high loss pick once more. But judging from the fact that there is a Lunox, they might not risk it by taking such a squishy pick, and then again peak once more decides to ban out on the Nathan. So we'll have to see what the last ban is going to be. Could be the Hylos itself, could be a Baxia, could be a Uranus on for the the EXP lane. So or what else? What else is really there? The Arlot. Oh, Arlot's taken out. The Phobius, maybe, but that's like a last choice option for the EXP lane ban, I would say.
Hmm. Unless they don't want to like ban out any XP lanes and they just decide to just go for another setter, like maybe like a Khalid or something. Maybe that's just my guess. If they're feeling funky, I am nobody to decide that. But let's see, 5 seconds left on the clock. What a ban! Damn! Oh my God!
Called
God
it.
tier
Called it.
analyst here. Holy.
Absolutely. Called it right. Yep.
The hunt
Like we might be
begins.
losing our voices, guys, but we don't lose our skills. So yeah. But then again,
Hey,
yep,
we,
like
we we traded off our prime in our game for
exactly.
discussing.
Exactly.
If we are playing, what is all these teams, guys? What is Noctura? What is SATUL? Like we
What
clap
is
them any day.
yeah? What is Apex? What is sorry? Who's the members of Noctura again? Yeah, what is
Oh,
Apex? What is
Kimi Kyle.
Kimi?
Who's
I would
Kyle,
be
bro?
India's top roamer right now. Yeah, I mean F that, but whatever. Back to game. Tyson has locked in onto the Ruby right away. So a good pick right there since he can also stun up the Hayabusa, can go in for the I'm upset for the Kimi as well with the flicker. So Maru will really have to think it through and he's just going to go for a safe pick with the high loss, I believe. Loken on the other hand locking in on the X-Borg. Definitely a very good pick onto the gold lane, especially against heroes like Ruby and CC. So we will be and a Kaja roam at that. So yeah, in terms of frontline, both the teams have got it, and in terms of damage too, both the teams have got it. So this is going to be a much more interesting game, Ray.
Yeah, and to be fair, it's a little bit of a mixed bag with, one side they have the Kaja, which is not the tankiest hero in the game. He's more like, he's literally in the support category for a reason. On the other side, Xborg takes a while to be tanky. And that too also depends on the build, because I've been seeing a lot of Xbox players have switched to playing a little bit more aggressive with that Sky Piercer build. And when they do that, you are delaying your immortality. And when you do that as well, you are not tanky enough. But some Xbox players, they go full tanky. They don't care about the damage. They care about being the frontliner, being a nuisance. So let's see what this Xbox can bring to the table. If they go like 3 frontliners, it will be very overwhelming for the Lunox, because Lunox can melt tanks, but she can melt one at a time. So who is it going to be? On the other side, though, they have Ruby, who's like really good, and Lapu Lapu, who's also obviously S tier fighter, but they're both more keen on the sustain. So let's see how their assassins can play it out. It's going to be assassin versus assassin matchup again. And with it, Watch the Throne and Peak to Plummet go at it again. Game number 2 of this best of 7 series, ladies and gentlemen. And we're here in the Land of Dawn. No custom map, just a good old, good old reliable one. And with it, let's see if Peak can make a comeback and get the score 1-1. Or it's going to be a 2-0. And of course, talking about 2-0, you have 2 casters. One is a beautiful lady, Sarah herself, and one is myself, Ray, who has a beautiful wife called Sushi.
Absolutely. So,
No.
into the game. Okay, calm down, you two. Into the game, we can see nothing much happening right now. Obviously, what's gonna happen except for the Kaja irritating the Hayabusa and an early flicker baited out of Savage Warrior right into the first minute of the game as the team WatchTheThrone tries to steal away Kai's jungle. A good immobilized play coming in by Lei there, delaying him for just a split second. However, he's just gonna go back to jungling while Hayabusa has already finished taking his 2 buffs and will be going in for an early rotation on towards the Lapu Lapu.
And that's a little bit odd. Like, Lancelot should be matching the speed. I don't know what happened. Was he like a little bit distracted or something? Oh, did he take the orange away? No way. That's insane.
What?
Oh my god.
GG. That is such an early and amazing, steal coming in from the side of WatchTheThrone. Honestly impressive. And even Lemonair forced to flicker away. And Hayabusa did miss out on the shadow. But okay, just early blows. But very important resources getting wasted out right in the early game before the turtle. Showing why WatchTheThrone is out here in the top 2 tonight.
Absolutely right. They're really showing it. I mean, even though the kill board, right, it says 0-0, it's pretty clear that the Watcher's Throne is already pretty much ahead. They take away resources from the jungler already. They have forced a flicker from Savage Warrior, who cannot really come in right now. And Lemonair, I know he wants to provide something, but he doesn't even have a flicker, and I think he's going to be falling. And he will be the first blood.
Yep, that's why you don't take a Kaja into the roam in this meta right now. And Hayabusa with a Watch Shadow kill on the Savage Warrior will find the kill pretty easily. And so definitely early lead in hands. Okay, but Kai is not really that Hayabusa was right there. He could have gone in for the Hayabusa. He didn't even have his shadows. But then again, okay, the random execution as well as the immobilize coming into play. What in the world is this team? How do they manage to outplay that?
Insane luck or insane micro. Lei, I guess since it's L, I'll just consider luck. But yeah, 3-0 score right now, and they're overwhelming Peak to Plummet. Like, nah, they don't have the Plummet in their name anymore. I'm just gonna call them Peak. Okay, so Peak right now, they have to pick off this Kimi, who refuses to die and has 3 assists, helping her get advantage over that Lunox, because look at that, Lunox is still level 4 and he's already level 5 as well. Oh, do they want to take down Senti? That's like 4 people on 1 person, but that's a dancing lady and she doesn't care. She just says bye-bye and goes away.
I am just kind of astonished by what Lemonair is doing right now, or maybe he just didn't estimate the speed that Miss Dancing Lady is gonna run with, and he used up his flicker, he used up whatever resources he had, and he still couldn't get the divine judgment onto her. So of course
Needs more physics lessons, guys. You gotta practice that.
Yep.
You know those questions? If a car is going at this speed, how...
Really, what in the world just happened? What is Peak doing right now? Because hey, the Prime
Again.
Peak is like exactly buff is gone. Prime Peak would not lose the buffs like this. I guess Jungle Gap. I guess that's what it is right now. Okay, but now the Divine Judgment on Maru, and he still manages to make it almost out alive. While Skyzen onto the backline with the I'm upset. A great little bit of a risk here. Lunox with the Brilliance will find the kill, and Lay is getting zoned out. I guess they could hear me and just kind of took it to their ego
Took it
and
personally.
started coming back right into the game.
They're like, mana set. They are doing that. That's crazy. But anyways, the score goes back to 3-4-3, and finally Peak to Plummet have stabilized and equalized the game for themselves. They are done taking those L's, they are done having aura minus moment, and they are right now basically have equalized the game for themselves as they are in the lead on the goal department just a slight bit, and kills are equal. It's been 5 minutes and it's looking interesting so far. So since Peak has kicked things back off, I'm expecting to see more, but look at the damage, disgusting damage coming in from Kimi, but oh, Lemonair.
Oh, good flicker coming in by Lei right there, even despite being judgmented divinely. And we will be able to see Agree secure the kill onto Lemonair right away, and even Kais goes down. Senti will be able to secure a double into the back line, looking for more onto Ricky. Lasting Insanity comes in, and they will be able to secure that as well pretty easily. Skyzine, being the only one left alive, will find the Abbott set onto Lokid and a kill into the board for the side of Peak.
Again, WatchTheThrone get the better positive trade. They get more kills, and Peak does get one, but it's not going to be mattering that much because look at that, they're pressuring in the top lane right now, getting the more value out of that engage, and with it they get a little bit of a macro on that top lane. Giving the goal, okay, Kimi should have taken that, but still it's equal, but last hitting is better. But anyways, with it, they are trying to ambush on something on the mid lane. What's happening on the bottom lane? Senti really overpowering Skyzen, and he will force to go back, but look at the traction pulse. Hayabusa will retreat, but look at that.
No, the Savage Warrior just tried to take down Hayabusa, but he had the shadows as well as the ultimate, while Senti getting a 1v1 kill on the Skyzen. While here, Ricky trying to go in for the bravest fighter onto Lei and will find the kill positively. So that was a 1-for-2 trade coming in all over the map from both of these teams. So we'll have to see who fights it out at the next turtle. Mostly it is going to be WatchTheThrone with the lead since Kais is up top, and realizing that WatchTheThrone should just burst out the turtle right now.
Yeah. And with it, I think since the fact that Peak to Plummet is trying to play for the macro, they will lose out one neutral objective on the bot side, and this will give them quite a little bit of gold. Look at that. They get 1,000 gold for the whole team, and it will give them a slight little bit of advantage, maybe. Let's see who gets a little bit of a power spike, because of course the power spike should be coming up really soon. Oh, Lemonair. Oh my god, that's so aggressive on an Esmeralda.
Very aggressive, but now the escape route has been blocked out by the side of WatchTheThrone with the glorious pathway. Bravest fighter getting used up defensively. Savage Warrior trying to deal some damage. Senti is going to be caught out a little bit low while Lei gets stunned out because of the bravest fighter once more. But Grey and Senti, they managed to secure a kill. And he's gonna be caught out pretty low. Skyzen will get the flicker as well as the stun, but still sustaining all of it. Lei trying to look for more, but the brilliance isn't gonna be enough to secure Lei's kill. But no, Lei makes the outplay. Will be finding the kill for himself.
Damn, how did Lei survive again? Like how does this dude do it like multiple times in a row in the same game? That's just insane stuff right there. It's no longer luck, guys. It is just maybe he's just built different. Hey, but anyways, with it, 14-6 scoreboard, and that's damn. Suddenly my math sucks. 8 kills. Disadvantage that Peak has it, and 3 turrets macro difference, or not 2 turrets, 3:1. So 2 turrets difference, and goal lead is around 3,000. So 3s, a lot of 3s. So that obviously means that we are going into game number 3. Of course, it's a best of 7 series, but that might mean that WatchTheThrone might also be giving us a omen that, hey, we're gonna take the game number 3 as well, and let's see. But still, there's a good chance. But okay, Ricky gets that Oracle, will give him a little bit of heal. Skyzen gets stats. See Albert for that anti-heal and a little bit more damage. Is it going to be enough though to just I mean, I get it. They're taking the anti-heal for mainly for their Esmeralda and Export. But is it going to be enough? We'll soon find out because look at that. Lord's coming in 3 seconds. And I think they will have to contest for it as soon as possible.
Exactly so, and onto the bot side though, Kai's is like taking a 1v1 with practically anyone at this point and actually burst down the Farag armor. So, Team Watch the Throne does need to be careful here. They do have to reset the Lord because if they do contest it, then, you know,
Skyzen is too far.
Yup, Skyzen is too far, but the fight is still on though. Kai is taken down already. What in the world? Senti again in the back line with the sprint right into their faces, dancing around. Skyzen once more trying to get some upset into play. But Lei will be the one securing the kill onto Lemonade, but the Lord has already been secured by the side of Watch the Throne, and now they're trying to look for more right into Ricky's face, lasting insanity, and will be able to secure the kill. And onto them, only Savage Warrior being the only one surviving that team fight, a 4-4 none plus a Lord into their hands.
Completely net minus trade. Peak to plummet. Had to take that L and dab it out because there was nothing they could do. The only reason Savage Warrior has survived that was because of the fact that he had the brilliance and he used it to get out of the team fight early on and did not engage anymore. But the rest of the members, they were not lucky enough. Their spells were already exhausted and they just could not survive the whole ordeal. And we said they're going to be right now having to contest this Lord that's going to be coming in mid lane. Can they defend it? They cannot defend a tier 2. Let's see if they can defend a tier... I think the inhibitor is obviously... They have the holy defense still. It's only been 10 minutes. Let's see. Hey, mistake.
Hey. Like Gray over aggressive right there, and then comes the Brave Spider as well. But the damage from the Kimi, just enough to keep them away from the team fight, I believe.
You know, whenever I see Kimi, I can only think of you. Do you know why? I remember a day when I was like, it was one of my first times watching your live. I mean, I've watched your live stream, but like you stream after a long while, okay? Yeah. Like after a long break, and you were playing Kimi in solo rank. Your team was absolutely dog because of, but your Kimi was able to carry from like literally like I think the scoreboard was like 227, but you carried the whole game with a maniac. Yeah. And since then, I was like,
all my Kimi games are like that. Whether it's tournament or it's rank or it's whatever, all my Kimi games are like that.
See, Kyle who, guys? Sarah, easy clap. Easy dubs, guys.
Mid lane, it's Asuna who.
No. Like Kimi counts both as a mid lane and gold laner because, you know.
Okay, understandably.
But okay. Yeah, I'm just not glazing Sarah, guys. I'm just also saying that as a Kimi user, you got to be really good on a positioning. Like, you're basically both, right? But Kai's again gonna be getting caught by multiple people. Does immune, but I don't think that's gonna be enough. Yep, he's gonna take it down.
He doesn't have the puncture, and he tried to get the Taunt Rose onto a Grey, but a Grey was like, nah man, not today, I ain't dying. So obviously, fun little thing right there. And Savage Warrior, though, he's in a weird position. I don't know why he's there alone. Maybe he's trying to burst down the Faraka armor, or he was just trying to catch maybe the Kimi off guard, expecting her to clear the lane. So, of course, we can see Located in a little bit of danger there because of the Kaja as well as the Lunox, but both of them, all three of them, in fact, are just going to be disengaging right away.
Yep, and they cannot come in for the Lord either. They're not in any position, and God Kaiser is on 0-5-3 on the Lancelot. That is the worst outcome you'd want. And right now, I don't think he can make the play, even if he wanted to. But hey, maybe my Caster's Curse can work. Sometimes Caster's Curse work in like reverse ways, guys. It can be a blessing. But let's see, 19-7 score, 5,000 gold disadvantage. But look at that, already on the bottom lane.
Yep, major resources getting used up. Senti gonna be caught out very low, but the way he's moving so fast, none of them are able to catch her down, and Savage Warrior is getting forced to back off. Ricky forced to flicker out of that situation. Another stun comes in. Senti going in will just sacrifice himself nearly for his team, but the two members already down from the side. God Kai is trying to go in for more. Lemonade tried to do something, but onto the backline, Skyzen gets taken down by 3 people, and both the teams need to back it up because Kais and Lemonade are practically 1 HP right now, and they were forced to recall back to base while the side of WatchTheThrone will easily secure the Lord right now. But okay, Kais trying to look for something, but Does he have the damage? Nope, nope, he doesn't. He doesn't even have his puncture anymore now that he's used it up. And then was the throne instead is just going in for the turrets right now. Fraction Pulse
Oh
will
my
find the
god!
two of them along with the falling Star Moon. Phantom Execution and Dawn Rose finally finding Senti's life after a struggle of 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So, yeah, finally something.
They get Senti, but of course that was the price of them going in very aggressive. But right now, the side of Watch the Throne have 6,000 gold lead, 7 turrets into their favor. That is a full-in micro getting gapped here by the side of WOT. I love the fact that the squad initial can just be said as a what, like what is it? But anyways, peak right now they will be able to make a successful defense. But damn, Kai's, you gotta stay. I mean, I get it. You're an assassin. You gotta go for the flank, but you gotta get that damage up, man. Right now, you're not able to provide much, and I think can he go for split push? I don't think it's more like viable right now. I think he will get taken down by any of the members, even the Kimi. She's so fat.
Exactly. Like the only thing they can do is go in for all three member engage onto Lei and maybe only 10, but not happening tonight. The glorious Pappy and the lasting insanity combo. The
Oh my
falling
god!
star moon onto four people. I'm upset the pulling her under the turret will finally be able to find one kill while the bravest fighter onto Lei trying to immune that. Loki trying to zone them away. Far away from that situation. Quadrado kill onto the back line, not being used up. And look, it still has the lasting insanity once more, but they will have to back off as they've lost Senti for now.
They've lost Senti, and they also realize Lei does not have any energy, or neither the fact that he has his ultimate, and neither does he have HP. There is some good discipline because when you have a carry who's like really ahead, you have to pay attention more to the resources they have, and there's some good, shot calling from most likely Lei. So good decision right there. So Watch the Throne right now, they're going to be having that 5,000 gold lead still. 9 turrets taken, that's basically every turret on the game. So with it, Watch the Throne basically have the game in their bag. All they have to do is just inevitably end it and put the minion pressure in. One good thing for Peak is that they do have good wave clear with so many heroes and so many AoE skills that they have. So minion pressure can be handled really well. But oh, Xbox is all alone right there. They're trying to put the pressure, but that's the immortality one.
Okay, he does have the immortality, and now there we go onto the back line and trying to mark down Lei. This time has to flicker into the team fight, and he's finally gonna get taken down by Savage Warrior. But Gray there to finish things up. We'll find the kill onto Skies and shut down onto Dokid though. And Team Was the Throne needs to back off if they want to survive. They've lost their main damage dealer, and now Senti is getting melted as well. Flicker Senti, he makes it out alive.
For a second, I was like, "Are you sentient?" Because this is why I love Sarah,
Oh,
guys.
the
Because
base.
what? No way, no
What?
way. Getting. I was mentioning it
What?
literally that they can get minion backdoor, and they did. There's no way they let
What?
Akaja defend against 3 minion waves. Peak. I literally talked about it in the last game. Don't get minion gap.
Exactly.
Oh my god, I can't believe they kind of got a little bit on their high horses when they thought they were kind of making a little bit of comeback, but no, they get minion gapped, guys. Oh my god.
Oh my god, what in the world, Peak? Come on, man, we expect you to win the next one. Wow. But kudos to Marudo, he does manage to secure the MVP even with a concealed roam into his hands. So, yeah, that just says a lot about how good his initiations and disengages were. So, obviously, was the throne 2-0? Nearly halfway there to match point in the best of 7. Peak still yet to open, their scorecard. Yeah, the scorecard. Yeah. Okay.
Their scorecard, yeah.
My goodness. But yep, Was the Throne still definitely has the lead, both in terms of confidence and morale. And Peak is probably thinking that where did we go wrong in that one? We were coming back, and how exactly did our base get ended by 3 waves of minions? Literally minions. And along with that, ladies and gentlemen, that will be it for game number 2. And soon enough, we will be back with game 3. We'll take a quick break and be right back. So don't go anywhere and just stay seated since we will be here in just another 5 minutes.
He's gonna save someone this time. For him, I will be the beacon through these turbulent seas.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Throne of Dawn Season 1, powered by Miko Gaming Official. Of course, we are here into the grand finale BO7 series. Already two games
This
already
land is
taken,
our homeland,
and
and
you know
it
what
will
happened?
soon be
Was
your
the Throne
burial ground.
happened. It's like 2-0. They're having 2 points already in their pocket. They're about to play the third game. If they're winning it, it will be the match point in the fourth game for them. Might be a 4-0 clean sweep coming in, or we're going to see the reverse sweep from the side of pick. So the setup caster got changed. It's me, STZ, with Devi joining for
Let's
the
hear from the
entertaining
crowd.
of you
Make
all.
some
And we
noise
can
for
see that
yours
the draft
truly.
section is going on, and in the draft space, we can see it will be the Lapu Lapu band from the setup pick. And I heard like the Hayabusa was a big trait to pick, Debbie.
Yeah, I think it's a very popular hero nonetheless. So I feel like you can ban it away this time around, so you might be able to have a little bit of a leeway here. But still, both of the teams are actually focusing on a flex pick. I am actually surprised to say that these two heroes in particular, the CC and the Lapu Lapu, is a flex pick. Because if it was any other seasons, right, you would have we would have thought that it's an XP hero. But this time around, these two heroes has been always
My
flexed.
kiss
It can either go
grants
into the
you
gold, it can either go
immortality
into the
or
XP
death.
again. So I feel like it's much more prioritized because of that. Because it opens out a lot of combination and a lot of flex as well, that makes it more harder to strategize against it. So I think both of these teams do understand it very very well.
Welcome to my castle, my
Yeah.
friend.
And now you're gonna see the Alice span as well. All these potential EXP laners who can go for the goal as well as to the EXP are taken ban by Pick here, as well as we're gonna see that Croc, as you mentioned, because moreover, like Agre also likes to play that Lancelot into his hand, so he's setting up that safer choice for him. But now, as you can see, Pick the third ban might be onto the Esmeralda. No, it will be the Kimi, the most picked hero of the Throne of Dawn Season 1. That is Kimi, of course. And banning out the Kimi, there is a chance that you can go with the Jushin as well as you can go with the Fursa as well. But I believe like the
Mhm.
Jushin ban is might come from the Watch the Throne, but the Angela is open.
Oh, Angela. I feel like Angela has lost its priority. Do you think? I'm just, I just have a thought that it hasn't been that much of a value anymore because of the lack of clearance that she have into the mid side. You always have to pair it together with a very, very good hero, right? But it's understandable if they want to go for the Angela and the Basha combination. It's still going to be out there. But yeah, like you mentioned, it can also be taken here away, and the Zushin also, right? What's the tone can actually remove out the
I
Zushin
will
here.
choose my own
Very
path.
important. But hey, they actually remove out the Arlot instead. So this is basically them removing out one of the main heroes for peak, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Arlot is not really a first phase ban hero. It's more of a deny. But yeah, pick. They have the first pick right now. So
Muscle
Jushin,
of iron,
Lancelot,
bones of
Gatot.
steel.
Huh.
That's good as well. I mean, Jushin, Lancelot, Ishan, Shin, Angela, Fursa, everything was open at the point, but they went for the
Yeah.
Gatot card. One of
Thorns
the potential
remain,
roamer at
should
this point, and the
petals
Gatot. I
fall.
mean, the Grok is banned, so obviously the Gatot was like open all the way, but they can go for the high loss against this Gatot Kacha to counter it out. Was the Throne going for the Jushin? So it will be a pick off combo with the high loss Jushin. I mean, that's a good combo, and they got the
Mm.
Lancelot as well. So it's more like, I mean, they could have wait for this Gatot pick because you need someone who can give a little bit of crowd control to the Lancelot.
Hmm. Yeah. I think now that. They give away the okay. They still went for the Eve instead of the
Night
Versa
sky
very
tells
early
all.
on, and the Esmeralda together. Yeah, this is much of Peak trying to play their own game, right? They wanted to draft from themselves instead of what's the turn. They can do for the counter draft into
My
the second
mission
phase, which
is to
is usually
protect
normally what
lives.
teams do. But I feel like what's the throne have a better setup, right? They have a better mid lane and a jungle as well. They have a good rotation, and there's no way Peak will go for the Yi now that they have uh, a Lancelot into the side of what's the throne. It's kind of unpredictable what the teams are going to be going for here. It can be a marksman into the goal this time around, not a roam, not as fighter. But what could they remove here? What is good? Jungle? Hayabusa?
Hayabusa might be a thing, or they can go for the Ishinshin as well if the Ishinshin is not banned. But at this point, I believe like Fedwin Ishinshin will be taken out by What's the Throne. Told you, like Ishinshin is a vulnerable thing to go against the land, so
Mm,
they will be, I mean, setting up for a good pick-up rate for that Lancy, and they ban out that
yeah.
Ishinshin.
Hayabusa,
At the same
Mm,
time, you
Sanjo!
can see that Natan getting banned, giving me the vibes of Fedrin coming in for the jungle because it's more like you don't want that true damage with the Scalia Sky for Natan to comes in. But at the same time, Harris
oh,
is open, so they can go for the Harris goal
yeah.
lane. Okay, a lot of EXP banned though. Hayabusa got banned as
Yeah.
well. Fedrin open. So there is a chance that Fedrin might be selected as the jungler for pick, or they can go with the Xbog, or apart from like all this myth, they can go with
Mm.
Joy or Fanny as well.
Oh, Fanny. I feel like Fanny can be a very great option here because what's the tone? They do not have that much of appeal just yet. The only way that they can do is if they get a very high count control XP lane. But the amount of XP heroes that have been removed is so weird, man. There's so many. It's like it's them trying to stop the flow, and even the jungles are highly likely removed already. So what's the throne? I think now that they already see the pick onto the Esmeralda, they can try to go for an XP onto the later part. But Xbox, is it gonna be a jungle or XP? It's still a flex, no?
Experience the
Or even
euphony
gold.
of suffering.
I mean, now they are
Time to
just
drop the beat
controlling
of the
the picks
flash.
for the pick. Like they don't want to give that Pedrin to them. They just grabbed up that Xbox, so it can go for the, as you mentioned, it is a flex. It can go for the EXP as well as the gold. But at the same time, I told you, Fanny Joy might be the pick for
Tiny toy.
pick, and they went for that Joy pick here. But I'm not sure. Like you went for the Joy pick against the high loss as well as the Jushin, so you have a lot of hindrance
Mm,
from them. So I don't feel
yeah.
like the mobility will actually be a good way to counter this draft of Was the Throne. And this is the third game they're playing out with a 2-0 lead. So they are like boosting with those confidence at this point. So their
Yep.
gameplay will be like that as well. But the Granger coming in for the goal. Irithel open at this point. They can go with the, I mean, Beatrix as well
It,
to counter this
oh,
Granger.
Beatrix. Ah. I feel like the Beatrix could actually work here, but the Gato can actually be a
Mm.
okay, as it's still gonna be the Xbox Gold lane we're talking about, because yeah, it's important that the flex is gonna be there. But the Uranus and the Esmeralda into the lane again, I think it's gonna be a dead lane for the XP side. They might not go for the 1-in-1 situation. They might eventually go for this team fight composition, and the fact that they have 2 or 3 frontliners already, and a they might actually like in the damage into the magic department for the side of What's the Throne. Unless the Jushin, I feel like this Jushin might eventually be playing the Sky Piercer Jushin because there might not be enough damage that can come through for them. A utility is what we call the Jushin into the mid side, but when she is ahead onto the goal, and have the sky piercer onto the kit as well, so you can turn back into a bestie kind of hero. So they can use the versatility here, but the fact that pick also have the way to try to play into the mid side just because of the pick onto the eve, I feel like they might want to have a winning mid side and outscale, outrotate What's the Throne. But it's likely highly likely to happen again because they are the one who have a marksman into the gold lane and skies, and I feel like he'll be able to perform well with one of his main heroes.
Yeah. But I believe like still there is a chance for pick this time because they are having that Granger into the goal, so it can get that early spike against the Xbox. But at the same time, if they will be ganking upon the goal lane more, then it will not be a good case for the goal laner of pick to survive or to sustain at the point. And Agri is so good with the Lancelot. So we always say like
Mm.
Lancelot is a respect band to him. And as I mentioned before, like we heard from our co-casters Sarah and Ray that the Hayabusa was so. I mean, you know, impulsive in the last 2 games. So of course, like
Yeah.
this time, I believe like he will continue his aggressive type of gameplay with this Lancelot as well. Okay, Richie popped off. The lethal will be acquired by the side of pick. Joy it is, but it's more like he's not interested into the lethal. It is more
Yeah.
interested on the throne lizard of pick.
Okay. I think this might eventually be the equalizer onto the loss of the Lisa Wanderer there. So they might be able to focus onto the top lane side, which is highly a weight rotation, Most of the time when you see this meta here, The jungles are likely to rotate into the XP side and try to go stop for the turtle here, but Santi.
Okay, early game score is
What?
electrifying with my goodness, the
Wow.
magic concentration. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the grand finale, and what a way to welcome you all, because it is the joy, of course, with electrifying bits, but there will be the redemption. Agray goes in with a puncture, finds a kill onto the Esma. It will
Oh
be the
my
EXP for the EXP and comes back as well. The turtle spawn, it will the 4 members, but Esma will be absent from pick. So it might be the chance of Team WatchTheThrone to grab up this turtle.
Yep, they might eventually be drawn away from them here. Level 4 for both of the jungles. Agray right now can go in. Maru, look at that.
Maru is setting up the perfectly Agray with the puncture with the retreat as well, finding the turtle for him, but now he goes back as well. Ranger coming in, Rhapsody popped up, Agray falls down, Jushin grab up a kill, he went for the lantern flare from behind. You can see there is a combo coming in for the X1 fall there, as well as the Lemoner falls down. Locate it is. The last Insanity doesn't have the Ferraga armor, doesn't matter. He goes back with grabbing up 2 micro for the team.
Oh my god, this is such a menace of a team that of a game that we are seeing right now. Both of the teams are equally ready to try to go for the brawl. But what a great rotation coming up too from Skyzen as well. He was able to reach there earlier than Lokid and was able to grab on the kill onto the jungle, Agray. So this might eventually be the equalizer here. Yeah, like you mentioned, the goal is gonna be very equal here. There's no one into the lead, so it will be like the start of the first minute of the game. So we'll see what the tanks, what the ganks are gonna be coming up for, because most of the time when you see a Granger, right, the Granger is more likely to have a good clearance and have the rotation and stack onto the Capriccio into the mid side as well, because he is a hero that require all of those energies, and when he have those stacks, he'll be able to get those energies as well. So yeah, I think WatchTheThrone, they might be like into the goal lane side rotation, but eventually, we might see a little bit of a faster pace movement coming out from the Lens instead of the Joy.
And from the top side, I told you, like, it will be the X-Paw getting a little bit of chunky damage onto him because he's kind of vulnerable. But now the Glorious Pathway popped up. AOG, okay, he doesn't got a chance to cast it out. Phantom Execution comes up. Agray pick up Lemoner there, and now he's going for the puncture onto the SOL. The placings comes up. The Lantern Flare as well. Now the Uranus goes back with a reason. With the turtle coming in, it will be the second turtle, the second neutral objective in the game. Number 3 of this BO7 series at the grand finale at Throne of Dawn. WatchTheThrone have the advantage for this turtle, but Debbie, do you think we're gonna see the contest?
It might eventually not be a contest because there's no way they will be entering. The AOZ is still available for Lemon there, so he can try to go look for something here, but look at that, knocked.
Lovely going on. Unbelievable electrifying bits coming in. Agray secured the turtle. Glorious Pathway coming in. He's going for the puncture with the Phantom Execution. Sliver of HP finds his way with the Rhythm of Joy, but at this moment, Thronos comes up. Rudas grab up a kill. Sunti onto Lemoner. And in the meantime, Agray will be going back with that inch of HP. My goodness, the way of surviving, the way of dodging out, everything. But now, the Joy getting trapped down. He does have the Rhythm of Joy, but he's getting poked down by the high loss. He goes back there. Okay.
Okay, man, these teams are giving me a bit plus already, but Agray, what a good maneuver that he was doing. Never mind, engage, but yeah, it's gonna be okay because, backlines.
Okay, Lantern Flare once again coming in. RWM popped up as well. It will be clearing out lanes as well, but Jushin is so strong at this point. He's getting a lot of zone out there. But now the zone comes up inside the bush, and it is the Reason God standing out there inside the 2 tiers, between the 2 tiers, and he's not fearing anything at this point. They might grabbing out this mid-tier one. Glorious Pathway popped up. Engage happening there. AOG comes for the disengage. Maru finds the way on the Savage Warrior. In the meantime, you're gonna see that the Crimson Bacon popped up. Lei goes in, but now he's getting a chunk down of damage, trapped down by Skies, and he falls down there. But now it's a 1-for-1 trade coming in, mage for mage, but the turtle about to come. Debbie, another warn. Turtle Slayer mark for Agray, or are we gonna see a contest? But there you go, the electrifying base comes up right now. The magic penetration onto the Reason God, but he's grabbing up the Cyclone Eye, goes back in the safer zone at the time. Hylos coming in for the zoning here, but onto the bot side, might be a chance to grab up that macro.
Yeah, they were trying to do just that, but this is the problem with the Uranus when he can heal up anytime, so even if you are poking him down, he cannot really go back. And this is the reason why they are able to defend onto the bottom lane as well. And also, Grey was able to grab onto that top turret. That's the first turret that they are taking right now into the game. So this is actually more value for What's the Throne yet again. But the thing is, 2k gold is what they needed, and they want to keep that pace going on for them for What's the Throne, so they can start onto the turtle yet again, because there's not much of an engage coming through for the side of Peak. And even if Ricky wants to go in, there's a 2 damage.
Okay, the 1:2 is the micro ratio.
Wow.
Once again, Ricky popped up, total slayer mark for Agre. Now the last insanity popped up as well. They're zoning out the Kathod Kasha. Glorious pathway popped up, puncture comes in, Vicky falls down. Agre will be grabbing up the kills, but now the waylay goes into the Crimson Bacon, killing spree onto Maru by Granger, but he got a shutdown. The instant redemption comes to by Senti there. What a way! 2-1 is the micro, 1-0 is the macro, 3 onto the turtle. GG way for Was the Throne.
What's the Throne? They are everywhere. They were winning the team fights. They were trying to focus onto Skyzen, and they were able to take him down. But Skyzen still able to grab the kill onto the Roma. It's still gonna be worthwhile. But for What's the Throne? Look at the bottom lane. It's already gone again, Senti.
Senti right now getting cornered down there, but doesn't matter. This electrifying base
Oh
is
my
nothing
God.
for him. He's like a scratch. It's like a mosquito bite to him. He's putting out everything. He's the reason
Yeah.
God, of course. He got the Uranus in his hand, but now it's more like you need to win the team fights. Otherwise, you're doomed in this third game.
Yeah, that's exactly why Peak to plummet. Peak should be playing a little bit careful than that. And the fact that there's always that macro decision coming through from Grey. I'm so impressed with the game, the playstyle that he have onto this last slot. That it's just always, a trade all over the place. Stun.
Stun comes up there, absolute pick coming in there. AOG comes up, knock-up happened, Viraga armor still on. He goes back with the help of the Glorious Pathway, but look at that Lenton player coming in. Senti grab up Levener here. Last insanity popped up, puncture coming on to the Esmeralda. Phantom execution comes up as well. He doesn't have a way to go back. Ricky falls down. Reason got zoning out properly, electrifying beast onto the red top now. But they will be grabbing up the tier 1 onto the mid at this point. Throne Rose comes up to clear up the minions, but there will be a lane covering of that. The flow is coming in, the minions and all, and they'll be grabbing up the macro there.
That was actually amazing, to say the least, when I watched the Throne. They know that they could engage, but the re-engagement coming through from Lemonade was also on point, but they have been lacking into the damage. And Savage Warrior, even though he hasn't been able to find the right farm, he's not been, out there. But Senti, then, he's not gonna die anytime soon. That's gonna be electrifying beats. Look at that. Will he die though? I don't think he will die.
No. It's just like the second skill, and he will be getting all those power up there. AOG might come up here. They're cornering out. You have Senti, a lot of damage coming in as well. Glorious Pathway popped up. Senti in a vulnerable position will be taken out by Savage Warrior now. The fight comes up. Agri goes in with the puncture. Secure the mega onto the lay there. Savage Warrior falls down. Agri goes in once again. Finds Levener as well. Skyzen into the hand of Lay. Slave of HP. Throne Rest comes up. Triple will be secured by none other than Agri. The aggressive play. The ruthless play is coming out there by the side of Was the Throne jungler, who is right now impulsive at this point. Goes in with the puncture. Throne Rose comes up, securing the macro into the second tier. They've managed to secure all the mid, but now the sing thing comes in there.
Wow, what is this game? Grey, so aggressive and impactful in this game so far. Everything he does is having a value, and this is creating a lot of momentum for them as well. Hey, look at the damage. What?
Okay, Godlike being secured there. What a way he went back there and deal out the damage onto the backline. And now once again going in, Maru will be the one taking out God, guys, in the way of Rhythm of Joy. But there will be the redemption coming in. It will be the Kathot. Goes in there. Phantom execution comes up. Zone coming out from none other than Senti. But there will be no chance that they can flinch at this point. The Lord coming in there at the bot side. And it will be the inhibitor getting slammed down as well.
Oh my god. I really want to see the build coming through from both of the teams, man. I'm pretty sure that Skyzen already have the Sky Piercer. But hey, look at the damage. Endless battle onto a brute force for a Grey. I mean, Warx is one of the most important factor here, and he also gotten the Malefic Roar already. So this is going to be a lot of damage coming through. You blink, you die, and this is the reason why I was kind of hating the Yves coming through from Savage Warrior, because he cannot be surviving all of those aggression coming from Egray, and he also got the damage already. But I mean, at least God Kais, he was able to get that the holy crystal already, so that's gonna be one damage. But the fact that he's so behind onto a joy, he cannot really do that. They have to be dependent on how Skyzen is gonna be getting the farm. He's gonna be getting all the kills and get all those stacks onto Skypacer, so that they will be able to at least survive long enough for him to come online. But Ton Senti, yeah, this guy, he's not gonna be dying anytime soon because already he built out 3 items and old anti-heal too.
Now the electrifying bits got used to go into the safer side. GG plays coming out from pick though. They're defending it up, but how much longer they have the time here to defend it up? Because it's more like a beautiful goal lead that is 8k into the mark for the Was the Throne at this moment, and they're really
Mm,
rushing with that confidence because it's
yeah,
the third game they're taking on and they're playing so well. They have the macro, they got the micro as well, and now it's just the
mhm,
time for the Lord coming in, which is going to be an uncontested one for the Was the Throne because I don't feel like at this rate, at this gap,
yeah.
Team Pick gonna contest it out. If they are going for the contest, it will be the biggest gamble they were gonna do.
Yeah, the fact that they don't really have the best of the clearance, it's definitely gonna be biting them into the behind. But hey, they're contesting AOZ.
They're contesting there, but it will be the retreat god Agri. Will be
Bison.
securing the lot easily, but now they're in corner down. He got a legendary onto Ricky. And what a way. Off cam kill though, but still now they're zoning out there. Reason God will be reasoning out Senti. And there will be a
Nice.
trap down onto none other than Desma. God Guys, and God Guys falls down easily into the hand of Was the Throne. Now they don't have 2 members. The Lord coming in. It's just 3 members sustaining out there. Can they manage to defend it out, or it will be the mighty push, Debbie?
Oh, man, they have 3 inhibitors. They could have not raced fighting for that. They couldn't do that, man. They could try to clear it out, but hey, there might be an engage again.
Yeah, the engage. They are not giving any chance to even
Wow.
flinch at this point. Taking out the inhibitors, the Lord goes in with the slam, and now the zing
Hey,
zing
Greg!
zing comes up. Glorious pathway popped up, legendary with Phantom execution. Sizen falls down. Last insanity coming in. AOG inside the base.
What?
He goes back. That was a very softest AOG I have ever seen. But now the Lord
Yeah.
standing at the base. I don't feel like Team Was the Throne going for the mighty push here. It's more like the 4 members will be clearing it out, the lot, and defending it out as well. But the inhibitor into the mid falls down.
Oh,
Dynamic
oh.
goes in there, Agri with the throne throws. Puncture comes up, finds a way onto Savage Warrior there. Still, he's not coming back. He's waiting for going for the zing, zing, zing double onto the Ricky. And now he's going for a triple at this moment. Can he going for it, or can he grab it or not? Let's see. Last Insanity inside the base. My
Oh.
goodness, this is pure domination coming out from the Was the Throne at this point. They're so ruthless. Okay, this
What?
ruthless river always goes in Agri and finding a kill onto Joy. They're so killed. They're so into the kill. They're not finishing up the game, but it will be the double and the game will get finished for Was the Throne. 3-0 incoming. And the 4-0 might be incoming as well because it might be a clean sweep. Debbie, what a game it
Yeah,
was. Agre, this guy, 15-1-4,
I
my goodness,
agree.
in a finals.
We have a name to remember now for us, Ash. Because for a long, long time, when we have been casting for Peak, they were always the one winning it out. They have some kind of connection with us, I think, or Lucky Charm maybe. But what a movement coming through from What's the Throne. They were able to break their blessing or curse, I would say. But we have a name to remember, Egray. This guy has to be the rising star that I've seen so far. So clean, so aggressive. The fact that he was being aggressive and disciplined at the same time, you do not really see that, right? But this is the first time I've seen aggression and discipline together in one guy. And onto the Lancelot, nonetheless, you would have thought that the Hayabusa was going to be the factor, but it is the Lancelot that he performed the best in, I would say. Clean execution, the macro perfectly on point, the micro as well. Oh my goodness, what's the zone, man? They have everything in their favor. They know that they will be able to have a good carry into the jungle, so they were actually willing to go for no marksmen. Right, they for Skyzen for Peak they have a marksman to their side, but they for what's the zone they have a fighter gold lane, man, and this is not the best for scenario for objective takings like the turrets. But then again, they know that they will be able to pull it off. They know that they have a damage into the jungle and they will be able to walk in and out without getting any skate. And this is the reason why they were drafting in this egoistic way, and I'm digging it.
what can I say? It's more like the pickoff combos are too great. They went for that Xbox goal and they managed to secure the win with that as well. As you mentioned, like they're going for the fighter and this Granger and all, not working that way they were thinking. But I mean, you went for a Joy against Hylos and Jushin, so obviously the outcomes were easily predicted from before the draft. But now
Yeah.
there is a hope. Like 4 games are on for you. You can make your reverse sweep. You can make your comeback. You can make the redemption arc from now on. Otherwise, it will be the 4-0 coming in for obviously team Was the Throne. But before that, we go for the next game. We need to take a short break. We'll get prepared for the 4th game and we'll come back soon. So, guys, stay tuned with us. Hit the subscribe button, share the stream, like the stream, comment in the stream whom you're thinking. Will it be a 4-0 or are we going to see a comeback? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the drop section of the BO7 Grand Finale at none other than Miko Gaming Official. That is your Throne of Dawn Season 1. Team Pick are going against none other than Was the Throne. And Was the Throne are right now having a lead of 3 points. That means this will be the match point for them and do or die game for Pick. 4 straight away do or die game for Pick and just a match point game again and again will come up for Was the Throne because they are right now in the passenger seat with a 3 lead in the in the BO7 series. The way they channel it out, the way Agri is playing at this point with Hayabusa, Lancelot, everything in his hand is like a master. He is. So let's see what he will be picking up this time because already a respect has been done to his Lancelot and TC has been banned out. Me as TZ joining with Debbie for the maybe for the 4th game, maybe for the last game, doesn't know, but for Throne of Dawn Season 1. Hello, Debbie, how are you? And do you think like 4-0 incoming or are we going to see a comeback from Pick?
Yeah, that's what we are looking for, Ash. And the fact that you got to respect ban. Oh my god. This is such an interesting take. The Lancelot. I mean, I'm still high on being able to watch that Lancelot play. Wait, I'm glazing too much. By the way, Peak they banned away the Arlo. Sorry, man. I like Skyzen, but Grey was just too good, man.
Let's hear from the crowd.
They are different.
Make some
lanes, by the
noise
way.
for yours truly.
Nevertheless, let's see what
Thorns
what
remain.
are the ones that they're
Should
removing
petals
right now.
fall,
Lancelot, we
I
know
will
it's gonna be
choose my
removed, and
own
the CC as well
path.
as the Arlot, right? These two heroes are never gonna be opened, by the way. But the Arlot is something of, I think it's kind of a signature band for What's the Throne already. They kind of know that they
This
cannot let go
land
of
is
this
our
hero, and
homeland,
maybe,
and it
just
will
maybe,
soon be
they
your
don't
burial
want to play
ground.
it either. They're consistently taking it away into Lapu Lapu as well. So this is kind of a pick that you be that is more likely to be into the XP side. So these two heroes, these two squads are actually focusing more onto the XP lanes than any other, don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, they know that like Was the Throne is kind of so tilted towards the EXP as well as the pick. They both are like the fighters into the goal lane. So I believe like that's maybe the reason they're banning out those heroes here. But at the same time, it's more like the Jushin was a big problem, big threat in the last game. So this time they will be respecting out those last game heroes. We're gonna might be seeing the high loss ban, which is not so necessary though. But at the same time, Hayabusa. I mean, I heard it about Agre's Hayabusa from Sarah and Ray from the previous two matches. So we might gonna see the Hayabusa this time because Lansky is banned. Ishanshin is open as well, so who knows? Like he can go for the Ishanshin, but there will be the Black Dragon will be taken out from the side of pick here. A lot of options are here. They can go for the Kimi. Lei with the Kimi is so good as well, Debbie.
Welcome
I
to
think
my
this is why
castle,
you got to
my
prioritize for the
friend.
Takimi as well. But hey, they want to go for the Grog
Oh,
first pick actually. Okay, I feel like it's okay. For Grog,
I
he
should
kind of
forget about
start
the
with a
draw.
lot of momentum, right? He's the one who distracts, right? And it's like the if you want to distract or make the team fight as chaotic as possible, the Grog is the best option, man. He's kind of a tempo breaker, so it's gonna be annoying for whatever main Kais is gonna be going for into the jungle. So he might be actually forced to go a little bit of the utility side, which I think can work out because I still feel like, if they
Muscle
are
of
able to play for the
iron,
gold, it
bones.
might be, better.
Yeah, and now we're gonna see that. I mean, Gatot Kasha, Kimi, they traded out the Kimi there, but there is a chance that Lei can go for the Lunox, or she can all. I mean, he can also go for the Kadita, but I believe he's so good with the Lunox, so he might go for that Lunox pick here. And at the same time, Hayabusa might be incoming for Agri. That guy was literally spamming the Hayabusa yesterday and today as well, from what I heard from from my
参上
co-casters. So let's see. Yeah,
Mhm.
told you. Lunox
Yeah.
now Lunox, or are they going
Lux?
for the
はやぶさ
Esmeralda Gold?
参上
My
I think.
kiss
Esmeralda
grants you
oh wait,
Oh
immortality
no,
we
or
know that
death.
they want a little bit of a fighter into the gold lane, so wow, man, this is an Alice yet again. So this is a double down onto the magic and the defensive maneuver that they wanted to do here, because the Grok can actually create the chaos, and the Elise can be the back diver because this new Elise is so good in diving into the back guys most of the time and is able to tank out all those damages done, right? And if you pair with the flicker as well, you're going to be able to catch a lot of people here. But Peak, they wanted to go for the Uranus very early on, where What's the Throne is not yet picking up their signature Xbox. So should they ban the Xbox here or they want to ban out the E first?
of course. And now we're gonna say that it's Team Pick also having a good draft here. They got the Gatot Kasha for the Rome, Uranus into the EXP as well. Banning out the Ishan Shin here might be a chance that they can go for the Fedrin. But at the same
Mhm.
time, it's like Was the Throne can grab up the Xbox for the gold. So we don't know.
Yeah, that's what.
These guys are so
Come
unrealistic
and
at the
join
same
me
moment
in
because
my dream
you
world.
cannot predict their draft. They have a huge hero pull to each and every lane, and they're yet to pick their mid lane. Okay, nice study. Nice went through into the draft of Was the Throne mid laner. They banned out the
See
Eve. They banned
value
out
in
the
me?
Lunox as well. Now there is a
You
chance that
should.
Kadita might comes in, but at the same time they'll be banning out the Fedrin here. Bakshia might be the jungler, or main guys can goes with the Joy, or this time he'll go with the Fanny. Maybe.
Yeah, I feel like we were actually rooting for FNE pick instead of the Joy because of the presence of the amount of card control that we usually see. But yeah, I feel like the Fanny can do much better than the Joy here against the Hayabusa at least, because yeah, kind of become a 50-50. You do not want to go for a losing matchup into the jungle yet again, because last time they did. Yeah, I mean, apparently the Joy was a winning side for a jungle, but they cannot really do that when they have a lot of crowd control. But yeah, if they pick up the jungle right now, it will be safe for What's the Throne to either choose the goal lane marksman or a fighter marksman. But the Nathan coming through here for peak, do you want to play the Ruby right now? Or they want to go for the goal, I mean the marksman here? They should, right?
Yeah, of course. And this is the thing we're
Do not.
talking about, like having the
Oh,
Natan into your side, as well as you might go for that Bakshia jungle here. But there will be three sustain out there and no heals for these three guys. Even I mean Uranus doesn't need the heal, but Bakshia does need the heal against the Hayabusa. Let's see. I'm not sure. I'm not peculiar about it. I'm not sure like the he will be going with the Bakshia. He can go with the Fanny as you mentioned, as I mentioned as well. But now the last two picks, the mid lane yet to cover. Kadita might be the thing, but no, Lei is going with the Farsa here, which is kind of a tricky pick. At the same time, it will be the Harriet entry into the
okay.
goal lane to Natan. GG in the fourth game, guys. They need to win it
Yeah.
to save up the series with a 4-0 clean sweep. At the same time,
Oh,
oh, okay,
Lucas.
okay, I'm loving it.
Me too. I kind of love this Lucas, man. I was actually trying to say that they needed another utility into the jungle, and I feel like it will work here. Now that the Fredonian is gone, the only viable option was another utility, maybe the panda, but I wasn't digging the panda there. So, oh man, I like the Lucas here. Let's see how it will work out because the Lucas is still a nerfed hero, and it hasn't been that much of a popularity too, and it's more of a situational pick most of the time. And I think the situation fits so well. But it's gonna be important that they should try to secure that early game momentum so that they'll be able to use the Lucas to the full potential. Because when you are behind onto the Lucas, the whole flow of the game changes into the early game and you become useless for the late part from the mid to the late part. So the early game is where you're supposed to be signing, and with the nerf that he's been hit upon, the beast form is less likely to be used, less instant in using. So I think they will have to work this early game in a very very full compact full team.
Yeah. And now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Land of Dawn for the game number 4 at this BO7 Grand Finale series of Throne of Dawn Season 1, powered by Miko Gaming Official. Already we can see the aggro being taken up by our junglers. At the same time, GG zone coming out from both the roamers. They're taking up to the level 2 mark, but Lemoner yet to go to that mark, as well as Maru.
This is actually gonna be a dead early game for the side of peak here. They might want to contest onto this turtle and have that level lead onto the hands of Kais right now. They don't want to repeat the same mistake that they did into the first games as well. So Agrey might, he should be shut down. He should not be given the term of his farm, and that might eventually be the start of that. But the fact that the Grok is going against the Gatot. I like the Grok better here when the matchup is gonna be into the roam because he's likely to be more present into the team fight rather than the Gatot, and that's exactly what they should be doing right now. But the slow game is still gonna be starting here. A Purify being brought upon by Low Kid. I think that's gonna be helping him a lot with the setups that Peak might be coming through onto him as well.
Yeah, it might be a one game skirmish from pick. They might gonna clinch this game for them as the way they're approaching this game. So good. I mean, with the draft as well. But it's more about the execution and this guy, this Ghost, agree. How he gonna retaliate at this point? I'm gonna see that main thing. But now, the damage though, flicker as well. Only the beast comes up first, but will be secured onto Lei. At the same moment, Lucas got guys paused down there in the other hand of Agrey. 1-for-1 is a trade right now into the turtle. The jungler is not there. Uranus coming from the zone here. At the same time, we're gonna see Senti coming in as well with the blood. In the meantime, flicker being changed with the Kume. Oh my goodness, ruined out Savage Warrior.
Savage Warrior, that was a little bit too aggressive for them to go for, but hey, Skyson! Oh my god, that was a perfect flicker on time. But hey, that might be something here, Agrey.
Easy turtle comes up with a red tree there. Lucas comes up as well, but the burst, my goodness! What? The burst! It will be Lemoner falling down as well. Uranus goes in, he got trapped down, he goes for the flicker there, he goes back. Saw the flicker, I believe, it's maybe Yeah, it's a flicker. It's a flicker. I thought like Cyclone Eye having that much range, no?
Yeah, there was a little bit of resilience coming from Gray because I do understand the situation where he was actually very low, and I feel like it's the concussive blast that killed him there when he was trying to grab a kill onto Lemonier. But hey, it's gonna be a one kill onto the top lane side killing spree for Senti yet again. But you know what? That first kill onto the hands of main Kais. God Kais, I would have thought that there might be actually a good start for the beast there, but he did trade it out with his life, so it kind of neutered down the amount of gold lead he was supposed to be having. And this time around, even though they are equal to the goal, the title is going to be very important, and they might be an engage too.
But look at Low Kid grabbing up this goal. Feather Airstrike coming in,
Wow.
chunking down there. AOG comes up this time. No way for Lei to go back there. Lei falls down out of Lemoner. What a way to secure that kill there. 4-4-3 is the score though, but still, it's like I told you, Pick not gonna give this match easily into the hand of WatchTheThrone. They're literally fighting out this game for them with their last breath.
Yeah, I think there was actually a resilience that's coming through from WatchTheThrone yet again. Of course, they wanted to try to, start the early aggression, but they shouldn't be doing this. They can play it slow because they do also have a way to scale out to the late game as well. Because of course, they might want to have that mid game potential as well. Look at that.
Yeah, the coach Shadow Kill comes up there.
Whoa.
Loki's grab up the kill onto Godkai's Feather Airstrike coming out from the zone as well. In the meantime, I'm gonna see that Lemoner coming in there, but I don't feel like he's gonna contest it out. And it's the time for the turtle.
You know, the thing I do recognize about the WatchTheThrone is that whenever there is an objective spawning, they always try to go for a little bit of a pick off. Possible, it's a possibility that they know that they might actually into the team fights most of the time, so they wanted to lessen down the amount of people that is available. Hey, take charge. Oh,
Yeah, charge Low Kid, my goodness, with the Synchrono Vision. Finds a kill there onto Savage Warrior. At the same time, you're gonna see the damage onto the Tan Feather Airstrike coming in. Entropy, my goodness, look at Skyzen with the Entropy, with the dodge. Beautifully dodging it out, the Feather Airstrike, but now the wall popped up. Uranus getting trapped down there. He's the reason God though, but the Bloodhawk comes in. He goes into that Lucas there. A little bit of damage coming out as well, but the turtle, it got into the hand of Agri without any skirmish.
without any contest, without any skirmishes, they will be free to take it. But this time around, I feel like God Kais might be in trouble again.
Okay, the crowd control comes up. The Oogie Shadow Kill is coming there as well. Oh my goodness, a lot of damage onto the Lucas. Oh my goodness, that burst though from the Feather Airstrike, but it will be obviously Senti grabbing up the kill there. But onto the top, some sneaky picky split pushing going out there. Uranus with the split pushing. GG. First time.
GG's, man. The first time I've seen it. This is the problem. Like, this is the problem that the grog can create to your whole momentum for your whole tempo. And I feel like this is kind of stopping Peak to even go for a clean cut team fight because of the presence of the wall and the knockoff and of course the tech chance most of the time. And it's kind of forcing the God Kais to play in such a way that he will be objective minded. You know, when you play at Lucas, you want to stay into the team fight as much as possible, but he cannot really do that just because of this nuisance, the annoyance that the grog created for them. It's kind of stopping them quite a lot, Stun.
Okay, another Feather Airstrike. Look at the position for Lei. I mean, after that AOG trap down, I believe like Lei position is so good, but what happened into the mid? 2v1 onto the Lucas and God Guys literally falls down in the hand of Agri.
Yeah, again, that's actually such a bad move. I don't think.
Charge! Two people knocked up there as well as Uranus joining the team fight. AOG comes up, knock up onto the Skyzen. Oh my goodness, look at that. Skyzen with Entropy. Loki falls down from the behind. It was a lot of damage being dishing out by Savage Warrior. Maru goes down as well. 2 for 1 is the trade right now, but the Feather Airstrike, the stun comes up and it will be Savage Warrior. Getting down by Lei. What a way. Sliver of HP. He managed to dodge it out and goes back as well, but the Natan Skyzen now dealing a lot of damage there. The blood just got released. Uranus coming in as well. Ruin comes up. She goes back at this point, but onto the turtle. I believe this time Peak will have the advantage to the turtle side. Great. This guy's retrieve is so good. Okay, Alita Beast comes up. He does have the cooldown onto the second skill, but Oogie Shadow Kill. You went a little bit longer. You went a little bit inside, and you goes down there. But in the meantime, Skyzen just clear out the turtle without any instance. And now the tech charge comes up, the knockup as well. Feather airstrike from behind. It will be a lot of damage for ditching out by Lei. Skies and falls down. The redemption comes up, as well as it with the shuriken coming in. Lei grab up another one, slain on the Ricky. They will be grabbing up that blue buff as well at this point. It is just like 50-50 from both these sides. Was the throw not giving a chance to pick, to flinch? At the same time, Skyzen is building out the through, the becoming the X factor for this game.
Oh my god, he's gonna be the one who starts the comeback of their game, but still it's gonna be a little bit tricky here because he's the only one that who can manage to do so. And the fact that Skies was trying to go for the fights when they could have easily gone for the turtle, it was actually a little bit, down. You cannot really do and have that kind of discipline, and I think that they could do better than that. But I feel like this time around Pig do have a chance rather than the first few games that we have seen, because they have the Natan now, and this Natan might be able to scale up when the damage is actually good onto his hands already. And I feel like he's already got 2 items, right?
Can go like that with that, zoning. The way he went for the feather airstrike, Zaman for spot up as well. Lemon to grab up Maru. Entropy coming in, a lot of damage coming in as well. Agri goes in with a Wogi Shadow kill, ditching out a lot of damage out of the backliner. He goes with the help of the quad shadow. On the behind, I feel like Senti should have entered, should have taken up that fight. Could have been a 4B, 4 at least.
I feel like, man, God Kais isn't having the greatest of his time. Just a level 13, 11 to a level 13 Agri. But hey, it's still gonna be good for Pig because they have the Natan and they will be able to get the bottom lane turret down. But onto the other side, I think Kais might be onto the chopping block yet again. Look at that top lane.
Yeah, onto the top side. It will be an easy peasy for onto God Kais. They just cornered him down there, and another tier just got fallen. And I believe they will be taking out the Holy Blessing, but no. Savage Warrior comes up at the straight on to the time and will be clearing out those minions. This is the time for the Lord. It doesn't have God Kais into their hand. I don't believe they'll be contesting it out, but at the same time, Skies and the X Factor, the believer, the one who is carrying out the team hopes in his shoulder is still standing in. So I believe there is a chance. There is a comeback. There is the redemption for him.
We have been having that talk for a while for the Natan already, and they also have a Kimi, right? For Savage Warrior, he have to be very mindful of his positioning and try to not get caught into those Egre's shadows and shadow kills, and of course the tech charge as well. But the fact that it's Santi onto the Elise, he's always able to dive in onto the backlines, getting onto Natan and Kimi at the same time. It's kind of stopping them. The whole momentum that they were creating for themselves. They wanted to play for a little bit of a front to back composition, but the Elise is stopping them to do that. And this may be also the reason why Kais is forced to play in a situation where he have to be alone most of the time, and the other 4 will be staying together. And the one who stays together are completely ignored again by WatchTheThrone. And they want to focus onto the beast rather than the 4 members. And they have been successful in taking down by look at that.
Oh, Entropy though, but look at that Green Golden with Ogi Shadow grab up the double, comes back with a quad shadow. My goodness! Oh my goodness, this guy is not, heavenly, godly. He went in, he grabbed up those 2 backliners, and now God Kais falls down, mid-tier falling in. They're just going into the mid lane. And now the Holy Blessing goes off as well. The Lord marching in, but it's not like the Lord, it's more over the chunky minions. They'll be grabbing up that tier onto the top. It's just the 2 members securing the base there. Another one comes up. Traction Pulse got used. AOG coming in. It will be the follow-up. Shut down onto Lei. This will be the continuous damage. Entropy into the action. Skyzen goes in, melting down at this point. He might be grabbing up this kill as well. Will be Senti still standing on 4 member, but look at the Ogi Shadow kill comes in from the backline. Unstoppable on to Akray. My goodness, this guy is so good. Look at Senti still surviving, still sustaining 3v4 going in there. My goodness, this guy got shut down at last, but what a way he survived for at least 2 minutes fighting it out. At the meantime, Skyzen falls down as well, but now Lucas goes in there, got Kais with the beast form, but now the second beast is falling down. Tectonic charge might come up, but before that, Agri falls down for the first time. Shutdown happened there, as well as they just cornered him down. God Kai securing a double on tomorrow. Come back. Redemption.
Wow.
Big stone, but it's more like the overextension from Was the Throne.
That has to be it. But what a sustain coming through from Santi, man. He was able to sustain all the damage of 2 marksmen on his head. and able to hold it long enough for Skyzen to be taken down by Egre again. But one thing I would like to highlight again is the kill onto the two marksmen from Egre. Once upon a time, you'd have thought that the Hayabusa out you'll be saved if you are together with the minions. But this is a very different scenario. The minions help him kill Savage Warrior, and then of course Skyzen instead. And that is I don't know. The minions are the paid actor here, but yeah, there was a lot of damage coming through from the teams already. But the fact that they were actually throwing just a little bit, and the setups coming through with the AOZ were perfectly on point. Lemonade, that was a saving grace move that he did right now. But hey, guys might be spotted out.
Hey, he got spotted out there. Senti goes down by
Oh.
Skies and though, but the only the beast coming in, shut down
Oh.
onto the God guys. Lei goes in there with the feather air strike, but now the Zeman Force popped up. It will be the low kid right now deleting the Lord there. It's with the pre.
Lord?
No!
Ricky?
Ricky
Oh.
with the scratch! My goodness, Ricky with the claws grab up the Lord there. Savage Warrior goes and
Damn.
finds the kill. Lei falls down in the hand of Skies, and now Tectonic Charge being used to
Wow.
goes back in the safer zone. Retaliation happened though, but at this point, Watch the Throne might be thinking, Debbie, what just happened? Could have
Yeah.
grabbed up the Lord easily, but Agre at the last moment lost out the Lord into the hand of none other than Ricky.
Damn, and that was a clutch move. Ricky perfectly on point. Oh my goodness. That now they do not really have the best clearance so far for What's the Throne, but it is a different scenario for Pig. They have a very, very good damage onto the objective, onto the minions, and a lot of clearance as well. The Kimi, the Nathan already coming online, and I want to see the Nathan build here because Skyzen, he's been dishing out a lot of damage already here. No Holy Crystal. I feel like he knows that he might not be needing the Holy Crystal because he can buy for the penetration, go for the penetration, and get a little bit of a defensive maneuver so that he'll be able to survive a little bit longer. And actually, the concentrated is helping him quite a lot because of the spell bomb that it had and a life steal as well. So that might eventually be the turning point for the side of Peak here. So last build, Holy Crystal. This
Look at
guy
that though.
is ready.
Onto Savage
Uh-huh.
Warrior, but now the Lord marching in there. It will be getting
AOZ?
deleted. Now AOZ comes up, Tectonic Charge as well. Follow up being there with the Lei with the feather air strike. But look at the damage. My goodness, Maru falls down. A lot of damage being there. Savage Warrior goes down as well. Lei goes down. Double onto Senti. It will be a slain onto God guys, but Agri is still standing in. Trip fall being secured. Skies and the man, the believer, still standing in, locking out the base at this moment with the cannon minion. He finds the maniac onto Agre, and with this, the series will not get settled because it will be the game number 5 we're going in. Team Pick managed to secure a win at last and make it 3-1 at this point in this BO7 series. There is
Wow.
still hope running in the blood of all the Pick members because the man is standing there. It is none other than Skies, and with a 7-3-3 KDA. Lemonade, you took the MVP, but this man is really cocky about it. I mean, the way he was standing, Debbie, from the very beginning, the way he was delivering, you just see it.
He served, definitely served. Skyzen, you said that he have to be the X Factor, and he was the X Factor into the game. What a perfect gameplay that he did with the builds. Of course, he knew that he's gonna be needing all of those clearance items because he was not ready to stand in front of them and deal the damages because they are so behind in the frontliners where weren't that tanky. So he knew that he might eventually have to be the one clearing out all the minions time and time again and go for the damage when the time is right. And that's exactly what he did. Holy Crystal until the last phase, he did not even go for the defense item anymore. And one hit was all it takes for him to take Loki down onto the head. He wasn't able to do anything about that. But I also blame on onto the throw that What's the Throne did onto that base. They weren't, you know, they did not need to go like that, right? They could have stayed a little bit disciplined like they did into the third game and try to go slow and get all of those opening that they needed. But the fact that they were for peak, they were able to come back from all of those onslaught already brought to the table by Watch the Throne. It was low key impressive, and yeah, they have scaling heroes onto the side, and they know it very 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 well, and they use that to they capitalize onto that until the clearance that they have and ended the game so early, so not early after a big comeback.
Epic comeback, of course, from the side of Pick, but still, like, there was the Throne is still safe. They know that, like, you need more 2 games to make us like come out from
Yeah.
that passenger seat to the driver's way. So you need to pull
Mm.
out those two games as well. But before we goes into the next game, that is the fifth one, we need to take a short break, guys, to have a little like water break, you can say, and you guys can actually have some water as well, some chips as well, because this match is not going to end soon, I believe, because Picker are right now online. They're charged up. Sky's in his back, guys. He's online. So let's see.
That one little girl is gonna save someone this time. For him, I will be the beacon through these turbulent seas.
Thorns remain.
Your
Should
team
petals
is
fall.
banning.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back again. This,
Thorns
as you can see
remain.
under the
Should
scoring, it's
petals
gonna be
fall.
pick one game and Watch the Throne with 3 already match points still. So there was a one game that pick needed right now.
Let's hear
Game
from
number
the crowd.
5, not
Make some
4.
noise for
I'll
yours
mix it up.
truly.
Game number 5, drafting phase. I
We
will
grant
see pick having the first pick, and Watch the Throne will be having the second pick yet again.
My
This might be
kiss
a
grants
very
you
game
immortality
changer, and
or
I feel like
death.
Watch the Throne are actually ready to try to answer for the Natan pick and the Kimmy pick, dare I say, coming through from Peak here. So let's see what the best are going to be looking like. The Lancelot still has to go, and the Elise as well. The CCR lot might be removed, as well as the Lunox, maybe? The Lunox? I think the Lunox can be removed here. But yeah, uh, what are the others here?
Yeah.
Um, what could they do? Do they want to ban the Yishushin or?
I mean, they might go for that Ishinjin ban here, but the main thing is Natan. That
I will
Sky.
choose
Sky's into
my
the
own
Natan. Are they
path.
gonna respect out the Natan here, or because I believe like in the end of the game when the spike comes into the head of the Skies and he was literally like someone who I mean invincible guy. He just make it through the way, and Pig just got the one win into their hand. The score is right now 3-1 because of that guy only. In the meantime, I'm gonna see those EXP bands coming in. Arlot, C, uh, as well as the Lancelot, Alice from the setup pick. So it's more like, I mean, they're respecting out all those picks from the last games, and this is the fun of BO7, BO5 series. You already know a little bit of strategy, a little bit of picks of your opponent's side, so you're gonna give some respect to those picks, and you're not
Yeah.
gonna get some new picks as well into the hero section. But now, as you can see, the third ban might be onto the Kimi or to the Chukshin, because last game trading out that Kimi was not so good idea, Debbie. For was the throne
Yeah.
what I felt.
Well, they can. They are still sticking to the original plan of removing out the island and the CC, so it's okay. But for Peak, they removed out the CC apparent, the at least completely because it was such a menace into the first game as well, and into the previous game too. What's the tune? They don't have the Lancer anymore for aggro. What can they remove here? I feel like they should try to. Wait, they should have
Welcome
focused
to
on the
my
jungle champions,
castle,
maybe the
my
Natan?
friend.
Wait, Grok is what they wanna ban. Okay, it's still an okay ban because they are not to the first pick and they did not make it work. But pick right now is, do they go for the Yishun or do they go for the Natan first pick?
Oh, no, Natan first pick. I don't believe so, but I believe something
Yeah.
else. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean Kimi. Okay, I mean last time Kimi was one of the peak member, you can say as well, from behind. The way she was giving those damages was so well. So Kimi pick is so good, but at the same time, this time I don't think like you should wait for that Lunox pick. This might be a chance that they will banning
This
out that
land
Lunox
is our
in
homeland,
this
and
match,
it will
because they already
soon
know
be our
like Lei
burial
is so good with
ground.
the
Uh,
Lunox. So
Muscle of
you should
yeah.
iron,
prioritize it as soon as
bones of
possible. But
steel.
now, what's the thrower going with the Gatotkacha and the Lapu Lapu? Lapu Lapu is still the flex. It can go to the goal. It can go to
Mm.
the EXP as well. Pick now. There is a chance that they can go with those high loss, or might be a chance that they can go for the Kalea as well. But at the same time, Esmeralda is open.
Esmeralda, but if they pick out the Esmeralda, oh wait, even if they pick out the Esmeralda, it can still be a flex, right? Because they can send Esmeralda anywhere the Lapu Lapu is gonna be going.
See
So it's
value
still
in
an
me?
okay pick if they wanna go for that. But
You
I would
should.
like a high loss early, right? Because they can go for the high loss here against the Gatot. But nevertheless, oh my god, this is getting crazy. So now they want the Natanza, the Lapu Lapu Golden is not the option now. They need to have a scaly hero. They go for Yishun here? I've never seen Edgar play the Yishun though. The first are a valid choice if you wanna go against a Kimi and a Nathan. So what should be banned here? They could ban the Hylos, right? Or do they remove the another?
I believe like high loss, they might gonna remove it, but they prioritize the Natan because it was a winning hero for them last time.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I believe like Skyzen will be proving out this time as well. But it's more like, I mean, if you're continuing the
My
draft
tail's
like the
been
same
itching for
way,
a real
it's
fight.
more chance in a BO7 or BO5 series that the opponent side will
Rocks
actually
need
prioritize
no
something which gonna
protection
counter
from the
your
rain.
same draft. I mean, they
Mm,
already know the strategy. They already know that late game spike and all, so they might
yeah,
go
yeah.
for something which can counter out the Nathan. Not a Harrod though, but maybe the
Not a
Beatrix.
Harris.
Maybe they can go with the Irithel as well. We don't know. We're not sure about it.
Oh,
Or can go with
My
the Lapu
mission
Lapu
is
Gold
to
and
protect
Esma
lives.
EXP. But now, as you mentioned, high loss, Kalea, both of them will be taken out from Was the Throne side. They're not getting any chance for picking out those. Okay, okay. Calm down.
oh, I
Hayabusa,
see.
respect. But Chin
Respect.
is open.
Oh, the Yishun is open, so it can be a very good combination for the for this Yishun to come through, so they can eventually get a magic into the goal. I don't know, but kind of I also like the Lunox into the goal here if they pick up the Yishun, if they do not go for that assassin. But still it's gonna be more scary for Peak here because they have Gimme and Nathan already together in a place. Because usually when you see a Nathan, you want to play the Kimi into the mid lane, onto the opposing side, but Peak have picked them up from themselves. So is it gonna be a utility into the jungle now, or I don't like a utility in the jungle for what's the throne though? Ruby, Lapu Lapu Gold. Is it?
No, Lapu
Yeah.
Lapu, you Ruby goal, I believe.
Okay. Okay. That
That
that's
might
much
be
that
the
makes more sense. So it should be a Yi Xunshin pick last, right? Last pick Yi Xunshin.
Now they're giving them the chance that go for the Ishinshin. We can actually pull out
Yeah,
something else as well. At the same
yeah,
time, if
yeah.
they are going for the Ishinshin, they will actually have. Oh no, why they will
Always
go
on
with
the
the
way.
Ishinshin? They already got the veteran, so of course.
No, no, no.
Like,
For what's the throne? I mean,
yeah,
what's the
what's the
throne?
throne? Yeah, but with
Yeah, they
Matilda,
should.
okay, this is a very OG thing though. Matilda
Yeah,
veteran
yeah.
combo. Uranus once again grabbed up by Pig side. And it will be Lapu
Oh,
Lapu against Uranus. So I believe like okay, it is kind of sustain. It can I mean make it through. But
both.
I believe like why not the Esmeralda?
Esmeralda jungle. Oh wait. Oh, they're for peak. Okay, okay. I I don't understand the Esmeralda jungle. You know, the fact is that the Farsa is actually good when it comes to the sustain heroes. Even though she doesn't really have those kind of true damages, they are kind of hard to reach. So maybe that's the reason why they pick up the Uranus instead of the Esma. But what's the throne? They need the Yushinshin now. Or if they do not go for the Yushinshin, they might be lacking the damage that we are looking for, because the damage pressure, the scaling pressure coming through from peak is double down, and they have that early game composition which come from the Uranus and the Matilda, and of course the jungle, the Sigma jungler. The Fredrin is gonna be good enough here. It's such a good way to pick up the Yishushin now. I don't know why they are hesitating. Is there any other hero rather than the Yishushin that can be good here? Joy? Nah.
Yeah. Joy no,
I
I don't
don't
believe
know.
that Joy would be a good thing
Yeah.
here. Ishinshin is like totally settled for this job, but more than that Forza, I believe like Kimi could have been the better option here, but it's like it will stay unrevealed till the
For
game
us.
pick it. So we have that quest, guys.
Welcome to MOBA
You
Legends.
can actually say us, guys. Like this is the quiz, guys.
5 seconds
What pick
till
has
the
been
enemy
taken by
reaches the
Agri?
battlefield.
Option one,
Prepare to start.
Ethan. Option two, Lucas. Option
Choose
three,
to
Joy.
deploy.
Option four, Fanny. So tell
Yeah.
me, guys,
Oh,
like
Fanny. Oh.
which option you want to lock on.
I feel like the audience might eventually want Yishushin, if we have our thoughts aligned.
Okay, okay. We have the Ishan Chin. It is. We won, Debbie.
Okay. We won.
Saturn.
Sakura! Let's go! Because of
Yeah,
the Yishin only, right? But yeah, the
yeah.
clearance is so good for. I mean, Gray, even with the aggressive style of gameplay that he have, I feel like the Yishin is not fitting onto his hands. But let's see how he's gonna be able to work it out, because he's gonna have to tone down the aggression a little bit than he did onto the Lancelot and the Hayabusa, because the Yishin needs a little bit of farm than those two assassins. But here, I feel like this is the skilling that they are actually requiring for. And onto the bottom side as well, this is a meta where the XP is very, very important. And they are actually focusing on the XP here. But it's gonna be a good reason for What's the Throne, to be honest, because it's gonna be a free farm for Egre.
Yeah, I agree right now. Okay, okay, look at that. He went into the
It's
throne
okay.
laser. He always goes for it, but it's more like the
Yeah.
Monochoker leads the first for the zone. But now main guys is going in there. I mean, God
Oh,
guys first. He's poking out a little bit of damage there as well. But this is the time, like, oh, immune comes up,
oh,
Monochoker as well, but the flicker baited out
Yoshi!
for Leminer. He goes back, and it's really, I mean, fast flicker, but it's okay. Like you're alive, so you can
Yeah.
just waste it out.
This is actually how the aggression goes for Egre. Like, given the name, I feel like Egre is the short form for aggressive. But hey, Maru, he might eventually have to pull on to this revitalize, so they might actually be lacking out the resources for the start on this hurdle. But I don't think they'll be starting it anytime soon, because bottom lane, Senti. Eh?
Okay, okay. This is kind of a poke though from both these sides. It's more like the turtle being deflected into their way, but at the same time they're taking up a fight at the top side. Oh my goodness! In the mid, first blood being secured by Ricky onto Lay. He grabbed it up, but we're gonna. Oh my goodness! What
Isaac?
happened onto the?
Team hero has been
Okay,
Wait.
okay. Loki goes in for Skyzen. He falls down as well. It's a 2-for-1 trade though, and Turtle might be coming into the hand of pick here.
I think they have to concede this turtle right now, but oh goodness, Egre,
Okay,
that
okay.
right
This is so
there.
good. Yep. Got guys though. He grab up the turtle there, but now it's more like Senti going for the engage. Oh, the burst coming in there, and it will be Ricky goes in. finds the kill onto Sentry. What a way. Pick is just playing so good in this game, I believe.
Yeah, I feel like they do understand the movement of their opponents right now, and they are able find the final footing and get that synergy going on and the rotation as well. They try to do everything that they could in trying to control all of those objectives as well and trying to zone away a Gray from the turtle too. And that is actually in favor for them right now. And the kills that they were able to secure perfectly on point. And because of the fact that, one day when that's already onto the side of a Gray and him not being able to get the first turtle onto a Yi Shunshin, it's gonna be stopping him quite a lot from all of the aggression that he has been able to find. He's gonna be needing the farm that he requires for the damage done, with the playstyle that he is. Oh, top lane, top lane.
Top lane right now, they cornered him out easily, and now the burst comes up. Loki falls down. AOG coming in there as well, but there will be the Feather Strike from Lei as well. Oh. Kaizen, he got into his hand. He goes back. Mountain Shocker release, and Ricky literally right now hindering a lot there. Mountain Shocker comes up as well. The British fighter into the action, but it will be the gliding win, saving up the Ricky from the skirmish.
Yeah, that was actually a very, very good pick off coming through onto the top lane side. Loki, onto the Ruby, you would have thought that he might be actually tankier, but onto the early games, he's not that tanky, so they were able to get onto him as well for people required, but they are able to do so. And the fact that they pick out the Uranus to stay alone, which they usually weren't able to do, is actually working out right now because there's no damage onto the hands of Egray. He doesn't really have the farm that he required to get the damage done. Level 7 is what he is right now. You want to be ahead onto the level when you are against a utility, and he might be able to farm earlier than that, but this time around they have to concede for the second turtle as well because you cannot risk it.
Yeah, and they're going for the fight here. A charge coming in as well. The gliding winds is coming in. Might be going for the suckling eagle as well. They cornered that Ruby out there. Low kid might falls down. Yep, Skyzen will be picking up the kill there as well as gonna see the zone coming in. Fedrin getting chunked down by the 4 members will be taken out by Maru here. 1-for-1 is a trade jungle for the goal laner. But now it's like the red buff is in the vulnerable position. Agri will be securing the red buff and coming back in the position, but he doesn't have the early snowball, so it might be not a good case for Ishan Shin.
Yeah, he isn't having the no snowball Yishin. It's definitely gonna be a useless Yishin here, but he gonna have to go and get the farms done because when he got the damages, I think he'll be able to come online because it's still a little bit too early to rule him out of the game. But then again, oh man, I don't know. They are still very aggressive but hey, there's gonna be one resources being burned again, trying to get onto the bottom lane turret. But the top lane is already taken down by Peak, and I feel like this is a game for Skyzen yet again because everything that he does, he's gonna be able to get out the damage done, and he is onto the lead as well. In comparison to Loki, who's 3 kills, 2 deaths down. Yeah, that's not gonna be something you wanna do.
Gliding wing just used up as well. AOG coming up there. Okay. Finds his way with the help of the entropy, goes back in the safer zone, but at this point Ricky goes in. The gliding wind and the sucking eagles just got cancelled at the same time, and there will be the reason as well. But at the same time, I mean, this is more like it doesn't have a lot of burst other than the Fursa, and I believe that's the main reason they're falling out here. No damage dealer, all those sustain. Ishan Shin is not scaling up the way it should have. Feather Airstrike coming up as well, but now the entropy comes in, bursting out the Gatot Kacha and the Lapu Lapu as well. He goes back, revitalizing popped up so soon. And now we're going to see that follow-up from Lei as well. But this turtle will be the free one, uncontested one for Pick.
Yeah, this is the third turtle onto the hands of the Fredrin. 0 turtle yet for Egray onto a Yishin. Not really the best scenario, but the mid lane is what they want to focus on. Oi!
Okay, the fight comes up. The turtle got slain as well as Sniper of HP. The Feather Airstrike still going in. He goes in with the reason. Flicker pop agent as well, and he comes back without any scorch. Beautifully dodge out everything and got a kill as well. So good with the backdoor.
Wow, what is this? That was a good offended, but the lack of damage coming through from WatchTheThrone are costing them quite a lot. And this time around, the Matilda is actually coming on clutch here, and it's because of the heal that she provides, the steal that she is having right now, that has been helping them quite a lot. But hey, this is gonna be another ton, man, with split phase onto this entropy not being able to cut anytime soon because of that too. Oh man, I don't think WatchTheThrone have any answer for this, but the bottom lane.
Okay, the Mountain Shocker release as well. Uranus coming in there. It's more like, I mean, everything got changed in this game number 5. Like, they Big
Yeah.
just got the confidence back, and it might be a chance that they can go for that reverse sweep. Feather Airstrike coming in. I told you that it doesn't have a lot of burst here, but it will
Yeah.
just put in the cooldown. But now the Suckling Eagle with the gliding wind comes up there. Union's going for the burst. They finds a way into the tier 2 as well. And now the minion going in. Holy Blessing goes off in just 8 minutes. Oh, no, 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 no.
Oh no,
He's
it
still on.
doesn't.
They
It's still
managed to
intact though.
set it up there, but
Mhm.
mid-tier are right now maybe taken out, but they're taking up a fight at the jungle. This is the overextension I'm talking about, and this is because
Yeah.
of the goal lead they're having at this point, Debbie.
Yeah.
And now
Yeah.
they're cornered that low kid there. Okay, a lot of damage, and it will
Oh.
be Senti. Sorry. Will be taken down. Loki is still fine, but watch out, watch out, watch out. What is happening? Gray on to Savage Warrior. 1v1. Secure the kill, and now can he go
Okay.
back? Or he gonna
I don't
take it
think so.
down because it's more like 2 members are just taking him down. They're trapping him up. Immunes comes up, but Lemoner will be securing the last final blow.
One thing that's for sure is that when you are the one actually behind, you do not want to have a compensation, right? And the fact that Agri was able to get a kill on the Savage Warrior off cam, by the way, and that is gonna be actually in favor for what's the trend there, I say? Because even though they are actually behind, wait, never mind, look at that.
What a way, guys. It will be the Fedrin, of course. Lay falls down there in the hand of the Pred, as well as they're going inside the tier. British Fighter coming in, but look at the
Whoa.
damage from the behind with the Kimmy
Oh.
being there. Entropy comes up, Skies and
Oh.
goes in. Left raises straight as well. Flicker baited, but it will be the reason. God goes in, finds the kill, comes back, unstoppable onto Locate, and now the Kimmy on tomorrow. They finds a way onto the tier 2 as well. Team Pick are online. Team Pick are giving that gap here, and now
Oh.
it will be God guys falling down at the same time. Double will be secured onto Senti.
Oh my god, Senti able to get those, but it was actually still in favor of Peak, man, because they did not lose out on their goal leader or their mage, and that's definitely going to be in favor for them right now. The mid lane is what they're going to be looking for. All the outer turrets already gone, and the Lord is still healthily available, marching in. Holy Blessing is going to be removed here again. Not much of a clearance that can come through from the side of WatchTheThrone. They have the Farsa, but they do not really have the basic attacks.
Basic attacks, and now the Holy Blessings on there. Okay, they reflect the Lord way, but Mountain Shocker released as well. Feather Strike coming in, and it might be the defend though, but still, like, there is a 8k goal lead, Debbie, and it's more like, I mean, recap of the game number 3. Domination from
That's what. It's a turnaround of even maybe this reverse also. But hey, after the other side, that might be an engage. Oh. Okay. They should be careful,
my
man.
goodness, initiation so nice with that. He goes in with the entropy there, finds a kill onto Lokid, and now the inhibitor falling down into the mid as well as the top side though. But there will be the chunk down coming on tomorrow, falls down there with a feeling spree coming out by the Kimi there. The Sky Piercer piercing out everything. They will be locking out the base, and we will be going into the 6th game because it will be Pick making their comeback with a 3-2 score. What a way, guys. Are we going to absolutely gonna see a reverse sweep or what? Pick just come back. They're not the Pick we know from the first 3 games. They're different.
Yeah.
They're like the Pick to
They're
plummet, the OGs.
The OZs are back again with the equalizer and in the hands of the Natan. And I feel like a Peak. They cracked the code, man. They cracked the code. Remove the Hayabusa and the Lancelot. Give a Gray a hero that he's not really comfortable on, and get him out. And that's exactly what they are doing. And get the Natan as well. And they got the Natan, and Skyzen was so free onto the farms that he had. He wasn't even disturbed. He was just freely taking all the turrets and all of them down, and was able to walk away most of the time there because there wasn't much of a guard control that can take him down too. AOZs were there, but it wasn't landing on him most of the time because of the entropy that he had as well. And the fact that it was Ricky who was all over the place, it was, clearing in and rotating out and not taking out any damages, even though Low Kid was there, setting time and time again under the turrets, the crowd controls was there, but the turret hit wasn't even doing anything to Ricky. And when Ricky was there onto the front line, being the distractor, there's always a damage coming through onto the back lines, and yeah, that when you blink, you're dead because that's an Aton's power, and he was able to do so well. Maybe this time around, WOT, what's the throne? You know, you got the you got to focus a ban onto the Natan and try to prio your jungler as early as possible.
See what will happen in the sixth game. It's more like right now. I feel like there's some goosebumps in my hand because it's more like
Yeah.
Peak is about to take on to the 7 game decider, I believe, because the way they played the last 2 games, they're really furious, they're really fierce, and I believe like they will bring up something in the 6th game as well. But let's see, the draft will decide a lot of things, so we have to wait for that because we'll be taking a short break before we goes into the 6th game so that we can have the water as well as you all, even the players as well, because this is a long night, guys. So stay tuned with us, and we'll be coming back soon.
He's gonna save someone this time. For him, I will be the beacon through these turbulent seas.
passions of mine to ravage.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Throne of Dawn Season 1, powered by Miko Official. The BO7 Grand Finale is
I
going
will
on right
choose
now.
my
It's
own
Team Pick
path.
versus Team What's the Throne happening at this
Thorns
finale.
remain
And me, your
should
host,
petals
STZ.
fall.
Today, host TZ, of course, for the last game. Like, maybe the last game, maybe the second last game. Who knows? Pick are right now online. They're giving those gaps. But the casters who will be casting this game number 6, which may be a match point for
My
not
kiss
maybe it is the
grants
match
you
point for
immortality
Was the Throne,
or
and it is
death.
a do or die game for the Pick. And this game will reflect a lot of things for Team Pick. Like if they win, they are going for the 7 game decider. If they don't win, they will be, saying bye bye and with a 4-2 defeat against obviously Was the Throne. But the way Skyzen comes online, take out the charge, as well as Savage Warrior with the Kimmy, obviously remarkable and unbelievable at the same time. Like there might be a chance that they will give a reverse sweep tonight, but the casters will be entertaining you all, none other than beautiful lady Sarah and handsome guy out there Ray. Hello Ray, bro. Hello Sarah. How are you guys? And please take your seats and take your mics.
Thank you. I will take my mic, even though. anyways, let's. Was not expecting this honestly. I really thought. Well, I'm not. It does feel like I'm trying to talk against Peak, but yeah, it really felt like Watch the Throne had the game in their pocket. But it looks like Peak is making a little bit of a comeback. So we're gonna be here
Welcome
for this
to
game
my
number 6,
castle,
and let's
my
see if this
friend.
goes into a game number 7. But. Damn, at least I'm happy to be back with Sarah. So Sarah, welcome back. Looks like we're in here for game 6.
I better hope that Team Was the Throne makes it worth it for dragging it this far to game number 6 because I had to give up my
My
dinner
fists
halfway.
are unflinching.
Otherwise,
Uh-huh.
they're gonna be haunted. What?
Please tell me that's a mispick.
Please
In
tell
no
me that's a
in no
mispick
form
as
of
well.
meta is that hero ever a first pick? Streamer bro, is that a mispick? Please
Please.
tell me it's a mispick, bro.
Let's hear from the crowd.
Okay,
Make
thank
some
God.
noise for
Okay.
Bro,
yours
I swear to God, I
Like-
will throw my chair at the left.
I would have quit the stream right now and gone back to eating dinner all over again. Okay. Okay.
Because if it was a first pick, I'll say it's game 7. Yeah.
8-minute game 7, but whatever. Okay, it's a CC. It's a CC, so Peak still does have a chance to pick up on the Esmeralda Lapu Lapu once again, but the Kimi definitely works out in the mid lane. They
Yeah.
instead go in for the Uranus and the Kimi together, so Was the Throne definitely needs to lock in on the Lunox early on because otherwise Peak is just going to ban it out in the second banning phase. And I think that is exactly what Was the Throne is planning right now to pick up the Lunox and secure the mid lane for themselves. They could also go in with the Esmeralda on towards their EXP and gold lane too. So definitely viable options here. They should just lock in on the Esme. I believe it will counter Alapu and Uranus both and also be able to secure that front line for themselves. So just a matter of time, I guess, since we see
Muscle of iron.
Yeah, most likely
Bones of
should be, but
steel.
okay, Gatot Gacha was open and they will pick up the Gatot for themselves. Should be an Esmeralda, just like you said, but no, they go in with a mid laner, knowing that they do still need range to counter out this Gimme, so they're gonna be going with the Farsa on their hand. So they're just gonna be leaving out a lot of their frontliners still left out open, like the Lapu Lapu and Esmeralda, just like you mentioned, and I think both of the sides will start to ban them out. Maybe even a Ruby, because, well, she's still available. Unless, or
Rocks
at most,
need
okay,
no
Arlott already
protection
banned
from
out.
the rain.
Okay, there goes the Baksha. Maybe a Fredrin will follow up soon. If not, maybe a Khalid. Or at maximum, I would say a Glue. That's it, honestly. Other than that, it's mostly done for, they already got the mid laners and they already got a roamer as well. So,
My mission
and the
is to
Grok is banned, right?
protect
Yeah, Grok is
lives.
banned too.
exactly so. And honestly, as we can see right now, he has
See
instantaneously
value
locked in
in
onto
me?
the Hayabusa to deny that pick.
You should.
Because obviously the Hayabusa is going to counter the Farsa and also a Grey will not have access to either the Hayabusa or the Lancelot in this match and not even the Fredrin or the Baxia. So he is going to be in a little bit of a pinch. Maybe he might try to go in for the Joy up next or some other fighter jungle. Could be the Suyo, possibly does work against the Haya somewhat, but then again, it's not in the meta right now. Yusunshin is only viable option, but then again, he's got two very squishy heroes. That's the Farsa and the CC already. So what exactly is Watch the Throne going to be picking up here on for their jungle? We will have to see. Meanwhile, Peak definitely has the chance to pick up on a fighter go lane here and also
My
get
tail's been
some
itching for a
real
real
fight.
fight.
So no real issues that we can see out here on for the draft of Peak, while Was the Throne might face some issues on for their jungle.
Hmm. Should I coach Peak to plummet? I just predicted their bans again. I mean, hey, if they're gonna do the ban anyways of what I said, then might as well take the credit for it. But yeah, damn, I need some water. But then, anyways, with it, Peak to plummet right now. Damn, I need Vix. They say gale mein khich khich. Anyways, Peak right now, they can pick up the Esmeralda if they want. They will have the advantage of Labu Labu not getting picked into a goal or the XP lane either way.
Fight!
But
Fight for the ultimate
let's just see.
answer.
Okay, they go for an Hilda. I think they're expecting an assassin as well, and they wanna stop the assassin. But let's see. Damn, I need to hydrate.
Go get some water for us. I'll continue for a minute or two. So, as we can see, Peak has locked in on the Hildas, which means that WatchTheThrone has absolutely no chance here of picking up an assassin or a research in jungle. So, definitely Peak has the better of the two drafts right now. Even the Farsa and the CC will be in a lot of danger, and the CC alone cannot melt down those two tanks. So, we'll have to see what they
Stay
decide to
hydrated,
do.
guys.
Yep, do stay hydrated. Don't be like us, ripping our throats off. But it's okay. We can see the X-Borg coming in. Could be flexed into the EXP
Magic
as
is
well
my
as the jungle
life.
and on for their goal.
Okay, it's jungle.
It's a jungle, and that's going to be a Harith onto the goal lane. Definitely a good pick, but then again, it's going to depend on what Peak picks up right now on for their goal. They do not have the access to the Nathan. They could go in for a marksman on towards the goal lane. However, they could also lock in onto the Ruby once more if Skyzen wants to play it out, since the Ruby does counter the CC in a lot of ways.
Yes, she does. So they can go in. They can opt for that Ruby one, but that they can. Okay, Nathan's banned out. Physical marksmen are not exactly something you can go for right now, unless you're feeling. I'm trying to think. What can they go for?
Experience
Like, I mean,
Experience the euphony of
okay,
suffering.
there we go. Granger shows up. Skies in special. Oh my god.
Yep, it's a Skyzen special, all right.
That means a game 7.
Oh, hell no, man.
Hell nah.
But then again, that's going to be a proper reverse sweep, is what you call that, because practically it was 3-1, then it became 3-2, and now it's possibly it's a 50-50 situation right now, because towards the late game, Granger and Kimmy have the better scaling, and Harith does too, but then again, Harith has a limited duration of that burst, and he would have to engage, then disengage, then come back again. But Granger and Kimmy, it's like continuous DPS on from the side of Peak, so we'll have to see how much the CC and Gadot and the X-Borg can handle for their backliners. Haya obviously won't leave Farsa alone, so good luck, Layman. We'll come back with that beautiful positioning which you had in the first two games, not the ones which you showed us in the third and fifth game. So yeah, all the best to Team WatchTheThrone, because Peak is definitely back in form.
Maybe he's, deal with the devil right now. I'm just kidding, guys. But anyways, with it, we are into Land of Dawn. Game 6 right now. The score is 3-4-2. WatchTheThrone just need one more game, but they have been needing that one more game from that fourth game, right? So, right on Peak to Plummet, they can pull off a legendary, but reverse sweep if they want to. But let's see if the pressure is going to be enough. Of course, your classes this time around. Thanks to Ashizi and Debbie for, of course, carrying this tournament because I was not present. So thank you a lot. And it's going to be myself, Ray, and I'm going to be joined by Sarah. Anyways, with it, rotations have been made, a few pokes here and there, but I love the fact that you analyze the gold lane so well. This is a proof, guys. She plays gold lane.
It's just in gold lane, I think. Like, I could even predict the mid lane, but then again, I guess Lay wasn't feeling the Lunox tonight, so he just went in with the Farsa. Because technically, Lunox is supposed to work better in terms of burst against the Uranus and Hilda and whatever. But okay, what we will be seeing is some early aggression by Peak on towards the gold lane, and the Hilda just scouting the bushes, making Lay unable to rotate around the map as much as he would like to, especially on that Farsa. So definitely WatchTheThrone has to play it out a little safe here, waiting for that Harith to scale up properly to the right holy crystal amount of levels till they take a major team fight. Of course, the neutral objectives are something they cannot avoid. So obviously, we'll be seeing some fun little things here.
Yeah. And with it, the first turtle is going to be spawning in 5 seconds, and usually the Hayabusa should win this retribution out, unless the X-Borg can time it with his, of course, lasting insanity perfectly, which is quite rare, but hey, maybe, aggro, but oh, mid lane, a little bit pressure, they poke and force him back, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Let's see.
So, and meanwhile, Ricky and Lemonade just trying to burst down the Firaga armor instead and zoning a Grey away from the turtle. He has realized though he wins out the retribution.
Crazy.
Perfect taunt coming in by Maru though. Beautiful taunt actually. But Lemonade will find Lei, who did not have the flicker onto himself. So that's a 3 for none trade at the turtle, just for like what 400 gold for the entire team coming in from the turtle. So not the best of trades coming in from side of WatchTheThrone. However, still that's one neutral objective secured for themselves.
Absolutely right, Sarah. So right now they are going for like what is it? They're going quite ahead. A lot of pressure in the bot lane. That's almost a secure kill if it wasn't for that vengeance. So with it right now, I think they should be rotating towards the goal lane pretty soon, because you gotta stop Skyzen from stacking up. Harith, he will farm eventually, right? He just needs items. But Granger, you gotta slow down his stacking. You gotta force him to not get that many minions. So let's see what WatchTheThrone can do for now. And damn, I need some medic. But anyways, 0 for 3 score, 4 minutes in, and second turtle will come in a minute. And Hayabusa last time around could not win that retribution. God Kai's has to step up because okay, they're going for the Harith. Can they? It's a Manforce.
Quick little Purify saves Lokid's life for this one, but then again a Grey is getting absolutely melted out because of the Kimi and that early game pressure which Kimi usually puts onto you. So Maru and Lei have to bypass all that situation. They need to find a way to get the taunt onto the Kimi and take him down if they want to win the team fights with Hayabusa. Shadow once more onto Egg Grey, but that's just the warning shots, they're just like, we're gonna melt down your armor so you can't take the turtle. But then again, we are seeing a full 5-minute rotation of the turtle.
And I think this time around, maybe Hayabusa can, land that retribution. But okay, he doesn't have the purple buff. A little bit of slight energy, so not much. But there we go. Turtle fight is going to be starting in. Traction Pulse comes in.
Okay, again the retribution has been won out by a Grey, but Kai's will manage to secure the kill onto him. Even Senti is gonna get taken down by him. Double kill for Kai's right there. Lucas in the bit of a danger. He didn't mind his positioning and he got taken down instantly. Facing those recall taunts coming in right away. Feathered airstrike to clear up the lanes. 2 bursts would be enough. However, Peak actually gaining that lead that they have been showing for the past 2 games, and definitely it's showing up in the 6th game of the series as well. Just 1 away from a possible match point.
It's really funny that Agri is winning the retribution each time, but yet, yeah, Peak is winning those team fights. So yeah, maybe he's not the best at securing that retry. He's just good at securing them kills, right? So with it, wait. Why is Lemonade with the highest kills? That's insane. Your roam shouldn't have that many kills because your roam can get easily shut it down. But okay, talking about roaming, look at what's happening in the mid lane. There was a lot of pressure and the Farsa had to go back. So I think they're already putting in good use of Lemonade this time around. And maybe this can continue in. And they might just take the game just like we mentioned. But Senti, okay, gets that X. Let's see, the lane pressure, bottom lane, they already lost it. Can they pressure the mid lane as well?
Hopefully so. Hopefully they do. And that is exactly what they're doing. However, tier 1 has been defended, but onto the top side. There's a 3-man rotation coming in from the side of Peak. And WatchTheThrone doesn't exactly seem to be defending it so properly because they are letting Loki take away the farm, but then Peak is gaining so much map control just because of that Hilda just standing in their faces. And there we go, that's the tier 1 we were talking about, and it is going to be taken very easily. That airstrike right on point onto the Granger. However, members of WatchTheThrone are going to be taken in very low, and Vicky will very easily secure a kill onto Maru. Too much damage for that Garut Kacha to handle. But okay, topside as well. A Grey endangered, and finally the killing spree coming in the hands of Kai's.
Damn. Looks like when you can't win the retribution, just take out the retribution. And now, yep, you get the turtle for free. That's what you do when you have retribution. That's it reminds me of a friend that could never land retribution, and we had to take down the juggler. But anyways, talking about the juggler, looks like
Yup,
Ricky will fall.
Ricky just got taken down so easily.
First skill.
Yep, 4 members actually. So that was maybe a little too much burst for him to handle, and he isn't playing on the revitalize as well, so didn't actually use up the flicker. He probably realized like I'm gonna die anyway, so let's save my like battle spell for the future
Yeah.
fights.
You should do it when you know you done screwed up. Just let it be. Just accept it and move on. You know, blame it on someone. But anyways, with it, okay, their damage is already showing up. The goal lead is 5,000 already under 8 minutes. So peak right now, obviously peaking, and they want the game 7 at any cost because of course. For Watch the Throne, they get another chance. But Peak, this is technically the last chance because if they lose it, they're out of the competition, right? They get the second place,
Exactly.
and WOT take the W. So let's just see. Top lane putting in the pressure. Let's see.
Definitely can see the pressure. Lee is getting zoned out in every single fight. However, Lokit is yet to get the full potential of his damage. He doesn't have the Holy Crystal yet, but he's still dealing a little bit of the considerable amount of damage. But the way the Firaga armor is getting bursted down in every single fight, and the way Senti is taking all the hits of Hayabusa's ultimate, he is just a little too much in danger right now to be able to do anything. And even the Feathered Airstrike is not going to be enough to save the Heavenly. Okay, but Loken gets taken down onto the backline even without Hayabusa's ultimate. Hooray!
What's happening? That's crazy. That's a Harris, like, damn. Just by the shuriken. What was it? How did he get taken down? I missed it. I'll have to get an instant replay of that like later on. But yeah, Lord comes up. Kimmy Granger. Search that on Google, guys. But yeah, 1 for 10. Almost 10 minutes in. Watch the Throne heavily behind. Like at a disadvantage. They're completely behind. They have lost 5 points on macro. Literally, no turrets in. They don't have any of the tier 2s on the mid, on the top. Only the bottom one staying. And even that one doesn't really matter much because they're going to be pushing that one soon. So because of that, I think it's going to be ending really soon. If that's the case, well, maybe it's good for Peak. They can save their stamina for game 7.
That's like actually very unfortunate for the side of Watch the Throne with the kind of domination they had in the first 2 games. This is seeming like a very different kind of like, gameplay or whatever altogether, because Peak, they have just, it's like they just woke up from sleep somehow, and look at Senti, it absolutely bursted down somehow, and Viraga armor gonna get taken down, and even Loki manages to survive with 1 HP. The even attraction ball is just not enough to kill him. However, the side of Team Peak, they're just gonna be charging down so much. The Uranus, the damage output from a Uranus is huge right now. The AOG gonna land, but not gonna find anyone except for Uranus. Lasting Insanity to take down the minions, but he got bursted down way too easily. Kai is in a little bit of danger here, misses the shadow, but will get taken down after securing a monster kill for himself. Lokit with a shutdown onto Kai's. Kaizen will find Lokit so easily. There's still a huge chunk of minions coming in. Senti gonna get taken down back to base. The members of Peak are still very low, but if the Uranus manages to tank this, they should be able to end the game pretty easily. A wave of minions is going to be charging down the mid lane. The base is practically at 1 HP, but Senti is getting measured down. Mega kill for Lemonaire right there. The minions, though, it came right on time. However, Skyzen is marking down the base. Maru gets the taunt. They're trying to get the base as much as possible, but the damage dealers have been taken out. But double kill for Lei right there onto Skyzen, and Watch the Throne managed to save their base at 1 HP.
Bro, they got so desperate. It's basically an official, in a way, official wipeout, right? 4 people fell down. So 1 survived, right? Oh, it was Uranus. Yeah, he survived it. But yeah, the rest, all 4 members got taken down 1 by 1, trying to push the base. You can't blame them. They were so close. But Watch the Throne somehow persisted. They're like, we are not, letting go of this just yet. They still want to persist, even if the chances do seem like extremely slim, because next Lord, minion pressure, I don't know I'm not sure how they can defend that because they just
Exactly.
basically used everything just to stop a few waves.
Exactly.
And next, a Lord is gonna be coming in. You don't have any inhibitors. Your base is
Oh,
really
great.
low.
Great. What? Why? What and why he's already gonna get taken down? Sentimaru, they definitely can't sustain all of that, but then they do have the feather air strike, and Lokit finally picks up on the Holy Crystal at the 12 13-minute mark, so maybe he might be able to defend up a little bit on towards the next Lord. However, we don't know. We don't know. Can he? If the Hayabusa gets one shadow onto him, he's practically gonna be dead.
One shadow is all it's gonna be taking because Low Kid is on Purify, and Purify doesn't save you from an ultimate. God Kai is this time around just having the best time of his life. We left this dude at 062, and now dude is at 713. How fast they grow up, right, guys? How fast they grow up in just few games.
It's been his character development arc.
Yeah,
Yep.
bro got his character arc done. Yeah, just like I said, I guess they were sleeping first two games or something, because right now Peak does feel like a different tier.
Oh, look at!
Um, look
Oh
it,
my goodness! Oh, the Hayabusa quad shadow was on a Senti. Luckily, oh my god, so
it's
reckless
not
for a
possible.
there. Raga armor, the taunt though from Maru tried to use the AOG back to base, but will get taken down at Grey left and right with the shadows. Kaizen with the double kill. Kai's out of the backline getting the kill on the Senti. A wipeout for them, and the base in their hands. Ray, it's a 3 for 3. We are on
GG.
game 7. A reverse sweep coming in from the side of Peak.
Low key, I had a feeling this was gonna go game 7. Wow, 7
Why?
score for Peak. No, sorry,
Why?
WOT. I knew
Why?
it was. I knew it was gonna go game 7 because I had that feeling. Because we said
Oh,
something, our caster mounts are really bad. Whatever we say, the reverse will happen. So if you're a team and you want to win a grand final, just pay us and we'll say you'll lose and you'll win somehow because
yeah.
that's what's happening.
100 rupees for us, please. Thank you.
We better reach out to Savage Warrior and Skyzen.
Exactly,
But
man.
150 rupiah de. Okay. I think there's not much to analyze. This was just a full-on overwhelming game. WOT
Yep,
just basically got.
absolutely.
Yeah. Let's move to game 7. Game 7, come on. Start the game
Let's go, let's
already.
go. We don't want to talk about it. We just want to cast now.
Let go. Let's go. And whoever wins, you better end it on 5 minutes.
Absolutely. Man, my mess is gonna close. I will have no dinner to eat. So either of you, whoever is winning, end it fast. That's all I request.
Yeah,
Thank
pack up your
you.
bags. Pack your bags,
Yep.
come on.
Yep. That's it.
Get set, go. Let's speed draft this. Like, come on, CC ban, Gatot ban, Arlot ban, and on the other side, Kiwi ban, Let's Lord ban. Come on, go for it. I will draft for you, but let's do it fast. But yeah,
Def- Definitely seeing the Joshin ban, the Lancelot ban, the Grog ban, the Alice
yeah,
ban.
we already know it. We already know it. Come on, don't delay it. Don't delay it, guys. Just start banning speed draft. Like, act this is a
Hurry it
redraft
up.
game, and just yeah,
Go, go, go.
bro. Come on, come on. Hey, like, is WatchTheThrone from like not Bengal server? Crazy, damn.
They are, though.
They are though. Why? Oh, okay, okay. Never mind.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Got it, got it. Anyways, whoever is first, pick Kimi. Yeah, and if Kimi's not banned, pick Grok. If Grok is not banned, pick whatever is banned. But
Pick
yeah,
your
pick it
goddamn
fast.
Hayabusa, pick your goddamn Nathan and win the game fast. Thank you, because we don't want to delay it anymore. So start the draft already.
Viewers are gonna be like this freak ass casters, bro. They're about to catch a train or something. And no, it's a flight, bro. It's a flight to
It's a
having a
freaking
full
flight.
meal. because because if you miss this window, yeah, stay hungry. Brat, yeah, we don't want to do that. But anyways, we're gonna be wait for them to come into the draft, and once we do, hopefully they go for fast because I think even they are, I mean, some of them are kids, right? Like, is it not
Exactly.
your bedtime yet? Come on.
Yeah. 10 p.m. curfew. Hello. Skyzen, hello.
Your dad must be like,
Wait, didn't actually mean it, though, but turns out it's true. But okay, Peak, we are still waiting for your first band. So what? But it's going to be a Grok or a Jushin or an Alice. It's
Thorns
confirmed by now.
remain should
So
petals fall.
okay, yeah, okay, it's a Lancelot. Fine, that works too. You made it work in the first game, so yeah, whatever. Lancelot is gone. We'll see a CC band, then we'll see a Grog band, then we'll see an Alice band, then we'll see a Jushin band, then we'll see a Nathan band from WatchTheThrone. So yeah, it's just pretty much the very standard things.
Yep. Come on. Bend the Zushin, Watch the Throne, and then bend the Grok. What?
And possibly a redraft, maybe by either of these teams.
Crazy, crazy. I will personally travel there and. Nah, never mind.
If these people ever come at a land and we meet them, we are gonna kill we're gonna bury them alive.
Man. Yeah. We'll just congratulate them with our palms.
We are nice. We'll just congratulate. It's okay.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely
okay.
right. Yeah, absolutely. Sarah and me are very kind people. I mean, look at our faces. Do you think we look violent people? I think we're very approachable, right?
Yep, absolutely. Just the two very nice people bringing some level of average to good costume for you. That's all we are. Thank you for watching. And now we are possibly back into the draft with the sides reversed. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's just the sides which had
Thorns
to be.
remain
No,
should petals fall.
but isn't the Peak supposed to have the first pick this year?
Okay, looks like. Okay.
Okay. It's retoss for the 7th game. All right. So WatchTheThrone gets the first pick and instantaneously bans out on the Nathan. So Peak
Thorns
obviously
remain
gonna follow it
should
through
petals
with the Lancelot,
fall.
the Alice, and the Grok, just like the previous game. So we'll have to see what WatchTheThrone has in mind this time, because it turns out now that you don't have the Nathan, a Kimmy is most probably your winning criteria. And with the Uranus getting banned out, I think that is something that they are aiming for. And unless Peak bans it out, they will have to find ways to counter that.
My
See.
kiss grants you
Okay, they go with the
immortality
Uranus.
or
Of
death.
course, they will ban the Alice. I almost forgot about it. Senti's Alice. They cannot leave it open. So let's see. What's next? Will they ban out the, what was it? Hayabusa? No, I don't think Hayabusa should get banned out. Maybe if WatchTheThrone wants to Kimi, they can ban out the Hayabusa. Yeah, I think they can do that.
Welcome to my
Let's
castle,
see.
my
Okay, they ban out the
friend.
Grog. Damn, I'm forgetting bans. Literally, we discussed these bans. To be fair, they were late. But okay, Peak never forgets to ban the Zushin, but that will ultimately leave out a few heroes. That is going to be, one of them is, of course, the Kimi. I swear to God, if Peak loses because of the Kimi, guys, come on.
I think that Peak is gonna install off on the Hayabusa this time around, and then the Gadot Kaja, the Haya and Gato are two very solid choices. They even had the CC open for themselves. But then the CC seems to be underperforming a little bit on towards the EXP. Maybe better on the goal, but on the EXP, there's just so many better choices right now. Yu Zhong, there's Lapu, there's Esme. Uranus has been banned out this game, but otherwise, yeah, Uranus was an option as well. So we'll have to see what they decide to pick up. They could easily go in for a Lapu Lapu as well. So Lapu Haya, both perfect counters for the Kimi. So we'll have
Let's
to
hear
see.
from the crowd. Make some noise for
There we go.
yours
CC
truly.
Hayabusa shows up again. But this time, CC is going to be under the hands of Peak. So let's see, WatchTheThrone right now. You still got a lot of options. You can go for the Fredrin if you want a little bit of an early. You can also go for the Lapu Lapu. You can go for the Gatot Kacha. Damn, they got still a lot of options on their table. They can go for anything right now. Let's just see. Let's just wait out for a while, because if they don't pick the Fredrin or the Lapu or the Gatot, it will get banned in the next phase. Damn. I'm also coughing. Don't worry about it. Oh no, that was someone else. My bad. Watch the throne. They are basically watching the throne right now, and it's slowly slipping
need
away.
no protection
Game's
from
going
the
okay.
rain. This
They
land
pull
is
up
our
a
homeland, and it will soon be our burial ground.
Hoping that it might change things. Let's see if they do change things. Peak right now. One last pick before the ban phase, and they go for the Eve, okay? A natural counter for the utility. Let's see.
it is actually a smart choice, I would say,
Always
from
on
the
the
side of Watch the
way.
Throne, because Baxia definitely helps to counter assassin jungles, and then there's the Lapu Lapu for the CC. Now they could easily go in for Esmeralda on towards the goal lane to counter it further, because the Eve is going to be stuck in one position while using up the real world manipulation, and she could just jump in with the falling star moon. However, Peak might ban that too, but they should also possibly ban out on the Angela. But Angela Rome is not
I
something
will
which
choose
teams
my
play
own
into
path.
the higher stages. The Arlot gets banned out instead. So good choice, I would say, since it does counter the Lapu and Kimi a lot. And then again, what's the final ban these two teams could go for? They could ban out on a Ruby somewhat. They could ban out on the Esmeralda once more. Uranus is already out of the picture. And what else? On for the gold lane, I don't think that they would be trying to go in for a marksman goal. It would mostly be a fighter gold lane from the side from both these teams, actually.
Yeah. So, banning out the Matilda is obviously a wise choice, just like you mentioned, and Arlot as well. Let's see if they ban out the Gatot Kacha, because I think Gatot should be banned out from Watch the Throne, because hey, that's a Eve, that's a kill box right there. You don't want to give out the Gatot. So, and if they do give out the Gatot, well, it's an auto pick from Peak.
Yep.
So what else is open? I don't think they're gonna go for gold laner again. Maybe they gonna go for the fighter versus fighter again on that gold lane. But seeing the Ruby ban, the chances are getting low unless someone decides to pick up a wild show. Damn that rhyme. But yeah, I don't think it's gonna be happening because it's a very risky pick. That too at a game 7. Come on, it's a Gadot ban.
Yes,
It's a
please.
Gadot ban.
It-
God damn it.
Because you don't want to give away the CC Katot combo along with the Eve and Haya just jumping in.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like committing seppuku. It's seppuku,
I've
right?
been waiting for
Yeah,
too long.
seppuku.
Yeah, seppuku.
What the
Yep, yep.
heli?
It's like committing seppuku altogether, giving away the Garot and CC together.
Come on, pick up the Gatot Kacha, the Gatot Kach in our language, right? The Gatot Kach. Come on,
Yep.
pick up it. I swear to God, if it's not a Gatot Kach, what
My
are
mission
these teams
is
doing?
to protect
Crazy.
lives.
Why
What?
the high loss?
What?
Why the high loss? Genuinely, bro, Gatot literally gaps the whole camp of Watch the Throne right now with the Eve. Why the horse? Why are you horsing around, Peak? Why the horsing around? I'm going to personally talk with Skyzen, right? what is blood drafting?
God knows, man. God knows, because was the throne here can go in for the Gatot Kutch
Muscle of
themselves while
iron,
also getting the
bones of
Esmeralda
steel.
in the gold lane. Very good choice for them, honestly speaking. And Peak won't practically have any counter, because now the carry is gone. If they pick up the Moscow,
Experience the
they're practically
euphony
dead
of
from the 3-4
suffering.
blade armors. But okay, was the throne does decide to go in for the Granger this time. So Skyzen, what is he gonna plan? Is he gonna play the Harith himself, or is he gonna pick up on something like a Iritel? We don't know. We know nothing.
It should be the textbook here because it. Hmm. Let's see. Let's see. It, hmm. It will be pretty squishy with a marksman though. That's the main thing. Hylos will have to do the deadlifting, so and you don't want that. So maybe a fighter goal lane. That is the last option they can go for. So Skyzen, come on, pull up your A game. This is the last chance you get. I mean, both of these teams get. And I'm gonna be honest with you. If I was Watch the Throne, I'm like, damn, damn, what just happened, bro? We thought it was like if I was
Night
WOT, I
Sky
would be like,
tells
yeah, that was a clean
all.
sweep. But no, they go with the Esmeralda, trying to counter out the Lapu Lapu over here. But we'll get a little bit of that anti-heal from Bakshias. You know, for a long while I didn't know Bakshias ultimate was called because I didn't bother. Because he's just, you know, putting stuff on the ground as he walks. But apparently it's called Tortoise Puissance. Puissance.
Poisson's Wrath or something is well, but I don't even remember.
Tortoise Puissance.
Yeah,
Puissance.
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 Okay.
Puissance.
Okay.
It is
Okay.
Puisance. So what is it? Puis.
Poussins.
Poussins. Oh my god. Going French is it?
Yep, French.
Toto Poussins.
Poussins.
Toto
Anyway,
Poussins.
like I said, it's the Esmeralda onto the gold. Oh no. Is it a CC?
Esmeralda.
Yeah, it's a CC Golden and Esmeralda EXP. Okay. So it was either the Esmeralda for the side of Peak or the Granger. So it's a 50-50. They just traded heroes. So
Yeah.
along with that, we are into the land of Dawn, game number 7 in the Throne of Dawn Grand Finals. WOT started off with a very strong 2-0. Peak equalized the score with a 2-1, and then it became a 3-1, and we all expected was the Throne to sweep it with a 4-1. However, Peak changed the complete trajectory and got a 3-3 reverse sweep for themselves, and we should be able to witness the match to remember in this tournament, the most exciting one in this final game, because both teams are going to be playing some comfort, some meta, and it's going to be a matter of who executes this better. That is all, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be me, your caster Sarah, alongside none other than Ray. So, Ray, take it over.
Absolutely, and I mean, I'm obviously okay. Bottom lane already, they're putting some pressure on Skyzen, who most likely will get first blood. No, he survives it. Damn, bro, just survived it. Damn, 1 HP. But anyways, lessening my turmoil is Sarah here. Because I love having a play-by-play partner, someone who can bring the hype, because my throat is not hype at all, guys. Anyways, with it, the turtle's gonna be spawning in. Let's see. Got Kai's last game, almost 0% retribution rate. Let's see if he can step it up.
Early poke comes in onto Kai's, which means he's not gonna have the shadow at the turtle though, and Lapu is getting a little pressured by Lemonade as well as Ricky. So we'll have to see who tries to go in for the turtle. And if Grey is actually engaging onto Ricky and takes a little bit of damage, is down to 3/4 of his HP. But going to start up on the turtle, realizing the fact that Haya is nowhere into the scene, but the real manipulation comes in, but we will get the retribution secured right on point. Revitalize gets popped out by Lemonade onto the backside. Lays in a bit of a danger, will have to back off, but the stun comes in, and the shadow right on point, but curtain call from Skyson right there as well. AOG would be enough to save Maru's life. The gold laners with a little bit of a late rotation, however, it did work out for both of them, and this time around, WatchTheThrone secures the first neutral objective without any casualties.
That's pretty great for them. They have a good start, despite the fact that it did feel like, after the turtle was taken, that RWM could have been really impactful, but looks like that Revitalize did save the day for them. And it also kind of did save the day for Savage Warrior as well, because Lemonade was able to save him from the, Senti on that Lapu Lapu. But over here, let's just see, he's getting a little bit of pressure because, of course, Esmeralda does counter him out, so god damn it. Anyways, 1-0 score, not much goal lead just yet. Okay, 1,000 already, not exactly. Close to 1,000, 800, 900 goal difference here. So, with it, next turtle will come in a minute. So, okay, they kind of delayed the turtle, because usually you have 2 minutes, right? But anyways, next turtle is going to be showing up pretty soon. But what just happened on bottom lane? Skyzen got grouped up because they knew he doesn't have the vengeance, and the fact that his vengeance is right now available, that sucks, right? When you just died and you wished you had your spell, which was just a few seconds away.
And honestly, now with the turtle up in another 20 seconds, we can see that this game looks better, at least for now, for the side of WatchTheThrone. Everyone is kind of farmed up properly. Maru and Agree at 1 kill each, and Loken is actually playing it safe. However, on that Kimi, this man Lei has a different kind of confidence, outplaying even Hayabusa, and onto the backline we can see Senti going in with the flicker as well as the Brave Spider. RWM pops in, but Sky's gonna mark down Lei this time around. He doesn't have the escape, but will be able to escape with the flicker this time. But Senti, a little bit of danger there. Ricky will be able to take him down. Loki trying to deal some damage with the Rhapsody, but the Death Sonatas aren't available anymore. No energy for him. But that's the final one that he can use, possibly one casualty from the side of WatchTheThrone already. But the Immobilize comes comes in from Kimi, and Lockett would be able to secure some stacks for himself onto the Sky Piercer. And Team WatchTheThrone definitely looking to contest that turtle, even though Gray is taking kind of low here. If he can go and secure the retribution. No, it's going to be Kai's this time around because of his shuriken. And WatchTheThrone, in the meanwhile, will find down the mid lane tier 1, the most important turret of the game, Ray. Oh, and a beautiful traction pulse comes in from Kimi, while Senti will find Kai into the red buff area, taking him down. Maru gonna be taken out low, trying to run from that situation, but it will not be enough for him to survive. They did not have the revitalize either, so things are looking a little dire for the side of Peak right now, but WatchTheThrone still has a few errors they would need to fix. However, Team Peak, if they can somehow maintain a bit of momentum and go for the pickups that they are so good at, especially with that Hayabusa, they still have a chance in this game, because if they let the Granger and the Kimi scale up, it is just going to get worse for them, and they have called in for a pause, possibly a few technical errors. So we're going to take a minute break till it's back, since Ray is also having a little bit of technical issues. So we'll be back once the game resumes.
Sorry for me disappearing. But
Oh,
looks
no
like we have a
worries.
pause.
Yep, it's a pause, all right. And I guess it's from possibly the side of Pete, because I did find Savage Warrior just standing in one place for a moment. So maybe they did call it out. Or maybe it's, Skyzen facing his regular children issues. Happens. It's fine. Oh,
Okay,
okay.
we're back.
And the match is back. Yep, it's back.
There we go. Anyways, game's back, and with it, let's see, 6-2 score, 3,000 gold lead into the hands of WatchTheThrone, and they also have, okay, low kid on the bottom lane gets another kill.
Absolutely, and the traction pulse
okay.
as well. Lemonade manages to escape with a little bit of HP. That last Dead Sonata didn't hit, and Lokid was also kind of low, taking down the turret damage, so he had to back off. Meanwhile, onto the top side, though, we can see Senti fighting it out with Kais, and somehow Kais did not have the ultimate, so he decided not to fight a Lapu Lapu, because he did lose out a 1v1 just a while back.
I'm trying to see if Peak can, make good use of their, but not sure what they can do right now, because WatchTheThrone right now already at 7 minutes in, they're putting in a lot of pressure at, the side of Peak, and can they make the defense well here? Top lane, I think it's got another gank. Look at that, AOG. And with it, yeah, they get the kill. But I'm going to be honest with you, this is the result of giving away the Gatot Kacha.
Exactly.
Why?
Exactly, like why? Why would you give away the Garot Kacha, literally? So, of course, we are being able to see Kai is trying to steal away a little bit of the jungle, trying to salvage whatever resources he can find, and Lokid, as well as, what's his name? Yeah, Lay. They do just find they do find that Kais was there. They sensed his presence. Good map sense coming in right there. So of course, even Ricky is trying to open up the map a lot, as much as possible, for Skyzen to deal some damage, as well as Savage Warrior to be able to play it safe. However, of course, a 2 marksman draft would be scaling better than a 2 fighter draft with no ranged damage dealer in that sense, except for the Yeep. And of course, the Yeep alone cannot do much, and look at that, the revitalize is enough to save their life, but Egray will be the one taking the hits, and he gets taken down. And Skyzen here comes in with a curtain call, but Lei and Maru manage to escape for the Swans. Good disengage coming in from the side of WatchTheThrone.
Looks like Peak is trying to, gain some momentum back, and they're putting in some pressure slowly into the map, and they just took down Egray. To be fair, I know he's a jungler and he's pretty tanky, but yeah, he's a tank. He's a frontliner, so the main that they really want to take out is the Kimi Granger combo, which, funny enough, won the game in the last one. So I guess at this point, if Watch the Throne wins it, we can just call it Kimi Granger tournament because Kimi Granger is the one responsible for giving the wins each time around. But okay, Senti gets the Queen's Wings and Ricky gets that Oracle. So a little bit more shield and a little bit damage reduction, making sure Lapu doesn't get bursted out. But let's see, Lord spawning in, 8-3 score, 3,000 gold lead, or 4-1 turret difference. So Watch the Throne have more map control, but Peak can get it back if they get this Lord. But Hayabusa's all the way there. They can go for the Lord right now.
Exactly, and I think they are gonna start up with a little bit of that poke game, and yep, seeing the Hayabusa onto the bot side, they do get started on the Lord, but Ricky trying to mark down low kid. He's gonna be taken down low though. The revitalize comes into play, but Skyzen is chasing him down. Low kid can't flicker out. There's the curtain called right into him, but he finally gets the shutdown, while Lei will also have to flicker out of that situation. Maru trying to use up the passive, but Skyzen finally with a double kill. However, Senti with a double for himself onto Ricky, as well as Kai's the jungler has been taken down, but a Grey will fall to Eve as well. So a much needed few kills coming in from the side of Peak. They are finally looking stronger, and the way the Esmeralda and Skyzen are just marking down Granger as well as Kimmy is what they had needed all this time.
Absolutely right, and with it, looks like the Lord's still up, right? They can't take the Lord yet, but Peak, they're still behind because of the fact, I mean, gold-wise, not that much, only 2,000, they can climb that back up. Kill-wise, doesn't matter. The thing is the macro. They have lost the whole top side, far left long lane. And because of it, once the 12-minute mark comes in, which is basically 1 minute away, the turret's not going to have the Holy Blessing anymore either. So minions will just start storming into the base, and they will have to control their waves better again, because we saw it right under the game number 2. They need to pay more attention to the waves. But let's just see. This is the game 7, ladies and gentlemen, and obviously the last one of this night and this tournament itself. So let's just see what these two teams can bring to us. Look at that, mid lane, Lapu forced to use that ultimate.
Absolutely, and we can see the RWM popping in as well. Senti trying to survive a lot, but will get taken down by Skyzen finally. Kai's having used up the ultimate. Savage Warrior has to back out AOG, but Kimi with the immobilize out the Lemonade will find the kill onto him. They're trying to go in for more. They're trying to mark down Ricky, but a Vengeance gets used up by Skyzen a little too early, which means he won't have it at the Lord. Things are just looking not good for either of these teams, but then again, it's good at the same time. So it's just a very complicated situation, and a matter of whoever makes the first mistake first will get taken down now.
And look at that. Back again, looks like Peak is making, taking back the control that they have lost severely. And they're the ones trying to charge at the Lord already. And Watch the Throne, they're like, again, at the back seat. And they can't even go for this Lord. They can't. That was a good effort from Kimi. But of course, you can't take it away from the Retribution. God Kai's, I get it. He's not able to land a Retribution yet against, Grey. But doesn't mean he's going to lose it, easily to something else. But yeah, I mean, if that happened, that would have been pretty Peak itself. But yeah, 13 minutes into the game, 11-7 score. Same amount of goal lead, but turret difference was big. I think it's going to go lower right now. Because of the Lord, I think that bot lane tier 2 is going to fall. Most likely mid tier 1 will fall as well. So Peak is slowly equalizing the game to themselves, and we might see a pretty late game at this point.
Exactly so, and I mean, if the Hayabusa can just shut down even one of Kimi or the Granger, then it's practically game over for the side of Watch the Throne, because those are their only damage dealers. And Lapu, yes, to a certain extent. However, with the Lord in the hands of Peak right now, things are looking very dire for the side of Watch the Throne right now. But the RWM trying to mark down Lei as well as Lokid, but Skyzen falls down back into the back line, will get the shutdown onto him. AOG will land onto Lemonade. Kai is trying to mark down the back line and will find both of them. However, he's gonna get taken down low, and after securing securing the double. He needs to run while Ricky is trying to mark down Senti, who's gonna be chasing Kai's instead, but Kai should be coming back for Senti pretty easily while Baxia goes back to defend the Lord, but Senti doing so much and finds the kill onto Lemonair as well, but that shield just a little too much for Ricky to enjoy and absolutely shred the side of Team WatchTheThrone, and that was a very unnecessary fight on the mid lane.
Absolutely. So right now the score is 14-10, right? And it looks like Watch the Throne are the ones who's, I guess they'll be the ones watching the throne itself, because despite having the Kimi and the Granger who should be scaling up right now, they're kind of behind somehow, which is pretty crazy to mention. But Peak right now have 7 turrets in their hands, 1 inhibitor down, and that is going to be creating the minion pressure, which Watch the Throne will have to keep watching into the bottom lane. And because of it, right now they're into that defensive spot. They're into the desperate, this is where you make those desperate measures, because you're in desperate times, and when that happens, desperate measures can be mistakes. So there's a high chance they can fumble if they rush things. But let's see, Peak is getting into a position. Look at that. They're trying to go in. Okay.
We are seeing something. Locate onto the backline, gonna be taken down very low, and Egray gets bursted down right away. And now Ricky is gonna mark down Locate. He's gonna get taken down very low. Okay, he's in a very dangerous position right now, and yep, the falling star moon right on target. 3 members dead from the side of WatchTheThrone. 4 alive from the side of Peak. Kai is getting absolutely carried at the moment. However, whatever, a win is a win, guys. And Skyzen as well as Ricky are gonna try and mark down the base this time around. They don't have a proper lane pusher though, so Kimi might just be able to defend this along with the Garukacha, but the Lord is going to be very open, and Team Peak should be able to start it and take it down for themselves pretty easily. Egray would be back on time, and so will be Kai's though. So it's going to be a matter of retributions at this Lord. Whoever gets this Lord should be winning the game, and Egray is already here. Kais tries to come in on from the mid lane, but Lei is getting knocked down by Skyzen instead, and both the teams are going to disengage. But no, it's not a disengage. It's another RWM and a glorious pathway. AOG getting used up defensively. The curtain call is going to stop them in their tracks. Oh, Kais gets taken down one more time. Flicker gets used up by Savage Warrior defensively, and Team Peak is just not giving up yet, but neither is WatchTheThrone. The perfect Death Sonata right into Kai's face, and he got taken down. Free Lord access for the side of WatchTheThrone if they decide to take it, and yes, that is what they will do.
Yep, and with it, that really, oh, they're still going in, especially the Lapu Lapu. He really wants to put the pressure, but that Winter Crown popping in at the nick of time, maybe we'll save the Eve, or maybe not. They're still going at it, and even the Lord Pit, look at that Sarah.
Locate, he is in danger, man. He is in so much danger, and Ricky is not letting him go. Lemonair trying to chase him down. But what in the world are they doing right now? I have no idea. The Granger is getting marked down so badly, and now Skyzen is the one who's in a bit of a danger, has to back off. Senti is gonna get marked down very low. Taunt comes in from Maru, gonna try and stop Ricky, and yes, they managed to do that. However, now the Lord is in the hands of P, because the members of the side of Team WatchTheThrone cannot really contest it, but Baxia tries to go in once more at the Lord Pit. Will he get the red tree? No, it's Ricky who secures the Lord. Maru is gonna take it down low. Egray once more gonna get taken down very low, but has to back off. Both the teams making these mistakes at the same possible time. I have no words left at this moment.
Looks like the game's gonna go on forever. But yeah, it's gonna go a little bit longer, because with the Lord being secured by Ricky, somehow, like Egray, like this is what they say, you win the battle but you lose the war. That's what happened. Egray has been lending his retribution against God Kai's every game, but when the moment needed him most, he disappeared. His retribution did not work out for him, and right now there's a Lord walking in. They don't have an inhibitor. Oh my god, they don't have 2 inhibitors, sorry, and don't know how they can defend this. Let's see if they can defend this. Conceal play comes in.
Absolutely, and now we can see the RWM getting popped up as well. Loki does have the immortality this time, and the AOG will get used up. Lemoner is in a bit of a danger, but the base, guys, is marking down the base, but Timmy will take him down. Loki's immortality pops off. There's still 4 members alive and 3 on the side of Peak. Is it gonna be enough? We don't know. Can Team WatchTheThrone defend this? The base is once again at 1 HP, just like the previous game, but Lei is trying his best along with Loki to defend this, and a successful defense comes in. Hayabusa and Savage Warrior being the only targets just because of Maru using up the AOG so perfectly onto them every single time. But then, who is gonna save Loki as well as Lei from the Esmeralda and Skyzing?
Yes, and with it, looks like it's gonna go a little bit longer still, but slowly but surely, looks like Peak will attain that peak, while Watch the Throne might have to watch the throne for themselves, because right now, with how the minion pressure is building up, the top inhibitor is just 1 hit away, right? So it's not gonna matter. 1 minion wave will take that down, and once that happens, their base will be fully exposed. And any second the game can, minion pressure. Minion pressure is something that you always have to keep on watching. And when that happens, especially when there's a high boost, they can go for a backdoor any second. Okay, Lei does get the Winter Crown, but that's just going to be helping him, stand still like a, sitting duck. Like standing duck, to be fair. But yeah.
It's like Ricky jumps onto you, but then you try and use up the Winter Crown, and then when you open your eyes again, there's just 5 people surrounding you. So yeah, kind of a nightmare to be living in, honestly. As a mage user, I feel that. But it's fine. They still have got a Grey and Senti and Maru trying to do a lot, trying to frontline as much as possible, and even Loki is trying to deal as much damage as he possibly can. And if Team WatchTheThrone doesn't contest this Lord, it should be game over. But are they going to contest it? They really need to mark down the Esmeralda and the CC as their first priorities. Hayabusa, he'll die in 2 shots of the Granger, but Lei, bit of a danger there. They need to back off. Glorious Pathway has already been used up. A Grey's ultimate too gets used up. Savage Warrior flickers out of the situation. Hayabusa, backline, the base needs to be watched. Loki doesn't know that Kai's is there. Is Kai's go in for the engage? We don't know. The Lord is still in a bit of a risk, and Skyzen trying to mark down Lei and gets the flicker. A Grey will get taken down instantaneously, and now Kai's comes in onto the backline, will get the shadows. The Wind of Nature comes in, Traction Pulse, but has the shadow to back off. Senti struggling in the middle of 5 people, will finally get taken down, and once more Skyzen tries to come in with the curtain call, but Maru uses up the AOG just to stop the minions in their tracks. But Skyzen onto the back line, gets the Winter Trunkin, the play comes in, Lei gets the immortality, but the minions are gonna be charging down the mid lane. Can they defend this? Can they do something? They are trying their very best right now, but the minions are charging in from every single path. Loki is trying his best, gets the double, is trying to defend, but the minions are too strong right now, and the RWM as well as Skyzen is enough to finish him off. Peak to plummet the winners, pulling off a reverse sweep from a score of 3-0 to a score of 4-3. What an absolute comeback from these beasts.
First game I said reverse sweeps are not that not that common. I take that back.
You jinxed it. It's your fault.
Yes, Sarah, it's my fault. I will sponsor you as a mentor. But anyways, congratulations to Peak for attaining the peak, and of course winning the Throne of Dawn tournament when it looked like the things were dire for you, when it looked like it would have been a sweep because the score was at 3-0. You made that comeback, you pulled that BTK, and you get the win. And with it, obviously, wishing you guys the best. And of course, you guys don't need the best because you're going to be getting the prize pool, right? So, of course, you're going to be the happiest, and wishing you better endeavors in the future. And on the other side, Watch the Throne. we're wishing you the best as well. You do come in second, so you will most likely get some prize pool, right? But yeah, I mean, it would suck to not be first, of course, when you had such a great run in the first. But do obviously may check around what happened wrong for you guys. I mean, we don't need to point it out. You know, some people hate it when we point out mistakes. So
That's
make
what.
sure, yeah. So make sure you guys, of course, study your gameplay, study your opponents, and yeah, get better. And we would love to see you in the future. And of course, with that, ladies and gentlemen, this tournament comes to a closure. Thanks to, of course, the production team, or basically the streamers, and of course the management and the referees and everyone, and of course Miko Official for making this tournament happen, and of course the casters Debbie and Ashizi. Thank you for covering when I was down sick, and of course thank you for Sarah for being with me.
Absolutely. Congratulations to Team Peak for staying on the top as always. Yep. Yeah, I kind of lost my thing there. But however, kudos to them for making it as the champions of Throne of Dawn, like you mentioned. Amazing job with that comeback and good try. Nice try to the side of Was the Throne as well. They did start off strong. However, it just didn't work out for them on towards the end. So it's okay. We'll have them back on towards the next tournaments. But along with that, this is the end, ladies and gentlemen. I hope everybody enjoyed a complete, absolute cinema ending to the tournament. We believe best of the best. So this is it for tonight. This is me, Sarah, along with Ray, taking our leaves. Have a good night.